My child, stop everything and listen, because this is not just another message, it's a divine interruption. I am speaking directly to you. Yes, you. I am not waiting for a better moment, a more convenient season, or a cleaner version of your life. I am coming for you, today. And when I come, I don't come lightly. I come to lift, to break chains, to restore what you thought was beyond repair. So don't scroll. Don't skip. Don't silence the sound of heaven echoing into your life right now. Watch to the end, because in these next moments, I will expose what's been holding you back, awaken what's been buried, and release what's been promised. This is more than words, it's movement. And by the time it's over, you won't be the same. Stay with me, child. I'm already on my way. My beloved child, hush your mind and be still. This moment isn't one to pass through casually. Stop everything. Yes, even the things you think are urgent, because none of it compares to what I am whispering into the depths of your spirit right now. The tug you've been feeling in your chest isn't anxiety, it's not fatigue, and it's certainly not imagination. It's me. I'm drawing near. My spirit has been surrounding you, gently pressing against your soul, waiting for this very moment when you'd pause long enough to feel my presence. You've grown so used to movement, to rushing, to fixing and doing, but today I need you to simply be. You don't need to prepare anything. You don't need to perform. All I want is your attention, raw, surrendered, uncluttered. Because, child, what I'm about to say to you isn't just encouragement. It's alignment. You've been praying for answers, aching for direction, begging for a shift. And I've been waiting for your stillness. You weren't delayed, you were distracted. But now your spirit is leaning in, and heaven is leaning closer. Let me speak directly to your ache, your weariness, your confusion. I have watched the way you've walked with a brave face while your soul trembled beneath the surface. I've seen you lay in bed at night wondering if the promises still hold, if I'm still coming through for you, if I even see what's breaking you open in secret. And child, not only do I see, I've been aching with you. Every sigh, every silent plea, every prayer whispered with tear-stained cheeks, I heard them all. I collected them like treasure. And I've come to tell you, not through another sign, not through a delayed confirmation, but through my very voice. I'm here now, and I need you to stop. I'm not passing by, I'm arriving. Don't scroll past this. Don't tuck it away as just another divine whisper. This is the message your soul has been crying out to receive, and the weight of it demands your stillness. I don't want part of your heart. I want all of it. This is not about performance. It's about presence. I'm standing at the door of your day, and I'm not asking for your strength. I'm asking for your surrender. Be still, child. Let everything else wait. Because the one who formed you, the one who authored your days, is speaking now. And what I say next has the power to break chains you didn't even know you were still carrying. My beloved, you must know this. I am not distant. The illusion of silence has lied to you. The space you thought was empty had been filled with my presence the entire time. And now, even as you listen, I am already moving toward you with a love that doesn't hesitate, a grace that doesn't delay. I am not waiting for a better moment, or for you to be more ready, more holy, more perfect. I am coming for you now. Not in a vague sense, not in some future hope. You are the focus of heaven's attention in this very second. You child, the one with trembling hands, the one who held on by a thread, the one who dared to believe when nothing looked promising. I have watched the chambers of your heart with holy precision, and today, I've stepped forward into your atmosphere with divine urgency. The heavens have already begun their movement. The wind of my spirit is shifting around you, and even if your natural eyes see no evidence yet, the movement has begun. The temperature of your life is rising, not with chaos, but with the fire of my glory. I am coming. I am near. I am now. You see, what you feel stirring is not random. It's not a coincidence. It is the unmistakable resonance of my arrival. I am not sending a representative. I'm not speaking through layers of interpretation. This moment is not filtered. It is face to face, spirit to spirit, breath to breathe. I am here. I didn't wait for you to be strong. I came because you were finally still enough to receive. Your quietness has become my landing strip. Your surrender has become the soil for this sacred collision. My steps are not silent in the spirit. They are thunderous. They shake loose what hath been stuck. They tear apart what has been tangled. They crush the lies that tried to climb into your identity. Every place where fear sat like a king in your mind, I am dethroning it right now. I come not merely as comfort, but as commander. This isn't just warmth. It is warfare. I am fighting through the fog on your behalf. I am slicing through every layer of confusion that has made you second-guess your value. And as I approach, the atmosphere around you will begin to tremble with truth. Old cycles will shatter. Lingering guilt will lose its grip. And what has felt immovable will finally yield. I am not just walking into your life. I am overtaking it with intentionality. Now hear me, child. When I say I am moving toward you, I don't mean I'm inching or delaying. I am invading. Not like a thief who comes in secret, but like a king reclaiming territory. This isn't me watching from a distance. This is me, stepping directly into the eye of your storm. I know the places that ache. I know the spots that still bleed beneath the surface. And I'm not flinching. I'm not backing away. I'm drawing closer with each heartbeat. You'll begin to notice things that feel unexplainable. Sudden peace, holy disruptions, divine discomforts that don't make sense until they unfold into breakthrough. That's we. I'm unsettling the comfortable places that kept you caged. I'm dismantling every stronghold that has dared to tell you I was for. I'm not only moving toward you, I am moving for you. Every step I take now is filled with the power to realign what man thought was forever broken. And the miracle I'm bringing isn't just a change in circumstance. It's a revelation of who I am and who you've always been to me. So stay alert, not in fear, but in awe. Because my nearness is not fragile. It's fierce. My movement toward you is not polite. It is precise. It will crash through what once blocked you. And in the wake of that holy collision, you will finally begin to see yourself rightly. As chosen. As seen. As called. As loved with an everlasting, uncompromising, unshakable love. I am moving toward you now. The winds have already shifted. The heavens have already opened. And the earth must now respond to the footsteps of its creator as he approaches his child. Be still. Be ready. I'm almost there. Child, lean in. Listen closely. Something sacred has happened in the unseen realms, and you must understand its weight. Your name hath been called in heaven. Not whispered. Not mumbled. Declared. Shouted. Reverberated through the corridors of glory with the authority only I can command. There has been a divine announcement concerning you. Not because you demanded it, but because you endured. Your faith, quiet and trembling though it was, became a sound heaven could no longer ignore. Angels heard it. Heaven recorded it. And the courts of glory responded. I want you to hear this, not with your mind, but with your spirit. This day has been marked in the divine timeline as a day of recognition. The time of hiddenness is shifting. The time of unseen faith is bearing fruit. Because I, the Lord of all, have called your name. Do you know what happens when your name is spoken in my courts? Movements begin. Assignments are activated. Strategies are released. I have set angels in motion. They are no longer waiting. They are no longer standing still. I have dispatched them with scrolls bearing your name, carrying solutions tailor-made for the prayers you've been too weary to repeat. Yes, even the ones you whispered once and forgot. I remembered. I engraved your name on the palm of my hand, and I have never stopped watching, never stopped planning, never stopped loving you forward. And now, at this divine intersection of waiting and fulfillment, I have stood and spoken with finality. Now is the time. Child, your name isn't just on my lips. It's written in my will. It's woven into my plans. It's echoing in places you didn't know existed. You felt forgotten, haven't you? Overlooked. Like everyone else was being chosen, promoted, blessed, recognized. But here's the truth the enemy tried to hide. While others were seen by people, you were being studied by heaven. Your loyalty in the unseen, your worship in the waiting, your perseverance in the pressure, it turned heads in glory. The weight you carried in silence became the fragrance that reached my throne. And now, heaven is not just aware of you, it is celebrating you. The angels assigned to your life have been called forward, not for review but for release. Everything that's been building, every drop of oil pressed from your pain, every inch of ground you gained in quiet obedience, none of it was wasted. It was seen. And because of that, your name has been authorized for manifestation. So do not think for a moment this is hype. It is holy. This declaration is not a compliment. It's a commissioning. When I call your name, things move. When I speak your name, hell trembles. When I whisper your identity, chains shatter. You are not forgotten. You are not random. You are not late. You are known. And everything in the Spirit has been commanded to respond accordingly. So lift your head, beloved. Wipe your tears. Strengthen your heart. Because the one who formed the galaxies just called your name, and that sound will echo through every locked door until it swings wide open. Your name has been called in heaven, and nothing on earth can stay the same. My beloved, I have heard you. Not just your words, I have heard your heart. In the hollow places where no one else could hear the groanings too deep for speech, I was there, listening closer than your own thoughts. The sighs you released when you had no energy left to form sentences, I counted them. The moments you stared into the silence and wondered if your cries were being caught or lost in the dark, I was gathering them like treasure. You see, I don't just respond to polished prayers or poetic declarations. I am drawn to raw, vulnerable surrender, the kind that comes not from strength, but from honesty. And you, my child, have been honest with me. You didn't pretend when it hurt. You didn't fake faith when your soul was breaking. And that kind of authenticity echoes in heaven with a sound louder than applause. Yes, child, I have heard your heart, and I have not remained still. You thought I was silent, but silence is not absence. In my stillness, I was working. While you wept, I was weaving. Every tear was watering a root system far deeper than you realized. You weren't just surviving pain. You were sowing purpose. The emotional ache, the betrayal you never mentioned, the fear you did admit, the exhaustion you masked with a smile, all of it was laid bare before me. And I did not flinch. I was not embarrassed by your brokenness. I did not recoil at your questions. I did not withdraw when you wrestled. I leaned in. I drew closer. I hovered over your ache like a mother over a crying child, not waiting for perfection, but offering presence. And now, because your heart dared to stay open through the storm, I have not only heard you, I have remembered you. I want you to understand something sacred, child. I don't just catalog emotions, I respond to them. And your tears have carried weight in my kingdom. While others judged your silence as weakness, I called it worship. While you begged for answers and saw none, I was building foundations. Strong ones, deep ones. Because I didn't just want to give you relief, I wanted to give you revelation, the kind that cannot be shaken. You see, when I hear a heart cry, I don't answer with noise, I answer with movement. And the moment you reached the edge of your ability and collapsed into surrender, I commissioned heaven's response. Things began aligning. Assignments were released. Timing began tightening like a holy drumbeat. I didn't require you to be perfect. I only waited for the moment your heart trusted me enough to remain open, even in pain. So let me say it again. With divine intensity, your heart hath been heard, not passed over, not misunderstood, not drowned out by the prayers of others. Heard. And I, the God who shaped you in secret, am responding publicly. What I'm bringing will match the depth of what you endured. Not a recycled blessing, a leftover miracle, but something tailor-made from the soil of your suffering. Others may never know the depth of what you carried, but I do. And because of that, your reward will not match human applause, it will match heaven's recognition. This is not a delayed answer. This is a divine response, and it is already on its way. Child, listen closely, because I need you to feel this, not just know it, but feel it in your spirit. The waiting has shifted. Yes, shifted. What once felt like endless delay has now become a sacred intersection. You thought you were waiting for me, but in truth I was waiting with you, timing things not to torment you but to protect the weight of what's coming next. You've wondered why it seemed like everyone else's doors opened while yours stayed shut. You've questioned if you missed something, if you failed some invisible test, if I changed my mind. But the truth is more powerful than you've imagined. I wasn't holding you back. I was holding you in place, so that when the appointed time came, nothing and no one could take your position. Child, divine delay is not divine denial. It is a shield. It is a sifting. And now, the shift has begun. The soil beneath you is different today. The air in the spirit is charged. This is not subtle. This is not slow. The weight you've carried during the waiting season wasn't punishment, it was preparation. I needed your roots to go deeper than your reach. I needed your discernment sharper than your desire. I needed your heart steadier than your circumstances. Because what I'm about to do will not just bless you, it will build through you. And I could not place the blueprint of breakthrough into hands still trembling with fear of abandonment. But now, your posture has shifted. The waiting has done its holy work. You no longer just want results. You want me. And that is when the waiting breaks. That is when the silence cracks. That is when the sky splits and glory descends. Not because you earned it, but because you endured it. Let me show you what's happening beneath the surface. Do you remember the moments when nothing made sense? When you obeyed me and everything still fell apart? Those weren't missteps, they were markers. They were altars of obedience that I'm now revisiting with reward. The waiting season was your proving ground, and I've seen every step you took in faith. Every seed you planted with trembling hands. Every prayer you offered while others celebrated victories you couldn't see. You didn't know it then, but that waiting was not stillness. It was strategic movement in disguise. Heaven was preparing rooms while you were learning to rest. You weren't delayed. You were being designed. And now, what once felt stagnant has become sacred territory. What you thought was stillness was actually a countdown. So receive this, beloved. The waiting has shifted. You are no longer under delay. You are under divine alignment. The clock hasn't stopped. It has synchronized. The silence hasn't ignored you. It has carved out clarity. And the tension you feel right now, that's not resistance. It's the pressure of release. Heaven's contractions are birthing something so big, so beautiful, so holy, it could not be rushed. But now it comes. Now it flows. And now it falls. The movement begins not in explosions but in echoes. Watch for the signs. The subtle confirmations. The small yeses that lead to bigger doors. I'm not asking you to sprint ahead. I'm asking you to walk with awareness. Because the waiting has shifted. The fog is lifting. And my voice is rising. You're no longer waiting for change. You are the change. You are the fulfillment of prayers you forgot you prayed. You are the breakthrough dressed in scars and surrender. So keep your eyes open. Keep your heart tender. Keep your posture low. Because this shift is not random. It is revival. It is the sound of heaven saying, now, my child, hear me clearly. I am not simply moving near you to observe. I am coming with power to lift you. I've watched you kneel under burdens that were never designed for your shoulders. I've seen the way your back has bent beneath the weight of worry, expectation, silence, and sorrow. But I need you to understand this truth and let it breathe new life into your tired soul. You were never meant to carry it alone. Every ounce of heaviness, every unseen load, every invisible war, it did not go unnoticed. Your posture in pain was not weakness, it was worship. And because you refused to curse me in the dark, I have come to respond with light. I have come to bring you up from beneath the weight, out from under the sorrow, away from the ache. Not by might, not by manipulation, but by my mercy. You will not stay here. Not another day. Not another night. You've believed for so long that survival was your ceiling. You learned to adapt to pressure, to dress up pain in productivity, to normalize the ache. But I am disrupting that rhythm today. I'm not letting you settle for survival when I created you for ascension. You see, what's been pressing down on you was not just circumstantial, it was spiritual. The enemy saw the light I buried in you and tried to bury it under distraction, delay, and despair. But what he didn't know was this: I had already written your rising into the blueprint. He cannot erase what I etched in eternity. And now, like a father running toward his child, I am coming with arms of strength and compassion to lift you, to raise you above the noise, to pull you into peace. You thought you had to climb out on your own, but child, I never asked you to climb. I asked you to call. And you did. When you whispered to me with no audience. When you collapsed on your floor and said, God, I can't do this anymore. I didn't turn away. I leaned in. I took note. And I began to orchestrate a divine rescue operation. I sent angels to stand guard. I routed things you didn't even know were headed toward you. I shut doors that would have drained your spirit dry. And now, I come myself, to lift you from the rubble of what tried to collapse your calling. I am not lifting you just to make you feel better. I am lifting you to restore you to your rightful place. You are royalty. You are chosen. You are a vessel of glory, not a victim of life. A light that tried to stick to your soul will fall off in the light of my lifting. Immisdovel here. Guilt has no voice here. Condemnation has no room here. Because where I place my hand, healing follows. This is your moment to release the weight. No more dragging it behind you. No more pretending it's not affecting you. I see you. I know how long you've carried it. But I am interrupting that cycle now. Today, this very breath, I am coming to lift you. Not just emotionally, but spiritually, prophetically, physically. You will feel the change. You will know the difference. The tightness in your chest, the fatigue in your bones, the fog in your mind, they are breaking. Because when I lift, I don't lift halfway. I carry you all the way through. So open your hands. Let the burdens fall. For I am here, not just to be near, but to lift you high above what once held you low. My beloved, lean close. I need to say something you've been too afraid to believe. The burden is no longer yours to carry. You've walked around with it like it's your responsibility to manage the weight of everything, every person, every need, every fear, every failure. It's been so heavy, hasn't it? The pressure to be strong, the pressure to have answers, the pressure to keep going when you've been unraveling on the inside. I have seen how you smiled in public while your heart sobbed in silence. I've watched you hold it all together for others, even as you fell apart in private. But today I declare a shift. The burden is no longer yours. The yoke is broken. The assignment to carry what I never asked of you has been canceled. This isn't just a message. This is liberation. You were not designed to be the savior. That role was already filled by me. You were never meant to hold up worlds. That's my job. And child, I have not called you to exhaustion. I've called you to exchange. I'm offering you a divine trade. Your burden for my breath. Your exhaustion for my embrace. Your stress for my strength. You don't need to prove your worth through suffering. I proved your worth on the cross. And what I did there was final. It covered every guilt trip, every emotional wound, every cycle of striving. What you've been carrying, those unseen expectations, those relentless thoughts of I should be further by now, or I can't mess this up again. I am lifting them off your shoulders right now. You don't need to earn your rest. It is your inheritance. Let me take it now. Let me carry it so you can breathe again. Let's go deeper, child. Because the burden hasn't just been physical. It's been mental. You've been under a siege of thoughts, what ifs, regrets, doubts, fears about tomorrow, shame from yesterday. It's like a chorus of heaviness playing on loop in your soul. But hear me, I didn't just come to touch your hands. I came to renew your mind. I'm rewiring the thoughts that told you you're not enough. I'm silencing the shame that made you hide your gifts. I'm uprooting the lie that made you believe rest was laziness. My child, rest is not weakness. Rest is warfare. When you rest in me, you defy every lie that says you must perform to be loved. You rest, not because the battle is over, but because you finally realize who fights for you. I do, and I have never lost. So today, release it all. Set it down. Not just in theory, but in truth. You don't have to carry it another step. Not the family issue. Not the financial pressure. Not the emotional trauma. Not the spiritual questions. None of it. Give me your shattered pieces. I specialize in rebuilding what no one else can understand. You won't leave this moment unchanged, because I'm not leaving you burdened. My hands are outstretched. My presence is thick around you. Heaven has already begun moving to lighten your load. You were never meant to be the anchor. I am. You were never called to carry the crushing. I already did. So breathe. Release. Trust. Your burden is not yours anymore. It is mine now. And I carry it with joy because I carry you with love. My beloved, hear me with both urgency and tenderness. I have already prepared a breakthrough for you. It is not pending. It is not being drafted. It is finished. It has been prepared with your name sealed upon it long before you knew you would need it. Long before the pressure, long before the tears, long before the setbacks. I crafted it in secret, in the hidden chambers of my will, shaped to match not just your need, but your obedience, your endurance, and the weight of the warfare you have survived. You must understand this isn't a random blessing thrown together out of pity. This is a precision-engineered turning point, designed with the craftsmanship of heaven's most sacred strategy. I didn't just prepare relief, I prepared revelation. And what's coming will not only rescue you, it will redefine you. There were days when you thought nothing was happening, days when your prayers felt like echoes in an empty room. But while you thought I was silent, I was structuring something greater than you imagined. I was moving pieces into place, rearranging divine connections, recalibrating timelines, and preserving resources, not to delay you, but to ensure that when this breakthrough came, it wouldn't be partial, it would be perfect. I didn't want you to taste just a trickle of goodness. I wanted to open a floodgate. That's why the delay felt so long. Because when I do something of this magnitude, I make sure no enemy can reverse it. Child, I am not a God of small gestures. When I move, it shakes the unseen. When I deliver, the earth makes room for it. This breakthrough is not shallow. It's saturated with promise, with glory, with me. Do you feel that stirring in your spirit? The one you can't explain. That's the sound of what's been held back finally beginning to descend. And it won't just touch one area. No, I'm coming for your finances, your family, your identity, your calling, your confidence, your joy. This is a full circle kind of breakthrough. One that completes, restores, revives, and replenishes. It's the kind of shift that turns past pain into present power. And here's what I want you to hold on to. When I prepare a breakthrough, I also prepare you to carry it. That's why the fire felt hotter. That's why the waiting felt longer. That's why the pressure was more intense. Because I wasn't just preparing the gift, I was preparing the vessel. You were never being punished. You were being positioned. And now, child, the position is set. The atmosphere is shifting. The table is being set before the very forces that tried to starve you. And this isn't just any table. It's the table of completion, a covenant, of confirmation. I want you to stop expecting little drops and start preparing for divine downpours. What's coming will interrupt the narratives of lack, loss, and limitation that you've lived under. It will speak louder than doubt, louder than fear, louder than the voices that told you it was too late. This isn't compensation. This is culmination. I have prepared a breakthrough, and it's not based on your performance. It's based on my promise. And my promises do not fail. They arrive. Right on time. Right into the heart of the one who dared to believe in the silence. My child, let me pull back the curtain and reveal what the enemy never wanted you to understand. The warfare was never random. It was a sign. Yes, the battle you've been walking through, the sudden intensifying of pressure, the emotional chaos, the attacks that came out of nowhere, those were not coincidences. They were confirmations, spiritual tremors, indicators that something holy, something heaven-sized, was drawing near. The warfare was loud because the promise was louder. You didn't know it, But every time you wept, the realm of darkness trembled. Every time you worshipped through pain, it lost its grip. And so it came harder. It came faster. Not because you were failing, but because you were closer than ever. The pressure increased not to destroy you, but to distract you from what was breaking through behind the scenes. You wondered why it got worse right when you thought it should get better. That was the sign. Hell doesn't fight what doesn't threaten it. The warfare surrounding you wasn't proof that I had forgotten. It was proof that the atmosphere had started to shift in your favor. Do you remember the sleepless nights? The unexplained fatigue? The disorienting emotions that didn't match your reality? That wasn't your imagination. That was interference. The enemy couldn't stop what I planned, so he tried to make you stop expecting it. He tried to wear you down, not just physically, but spiritually, so that you would give up just before the gates opened. But child, even in your weariness, you didn't walk away. You stayed. You whispered my name when it would have been easier to go silent. And that is what broke the power of the opposition. Now listen carefully. What was meant to break you is about to birth you. What was supposed to take you out has, instead, taught you how to war. You've learned to discern, to wait, to press in, to walk by faith and not feelings. And in doing so, you have developed a spiritual stamina that most never find. That warfare was your training ground. You didn't realize it, but every sleepless cry, every lonely battle, every step forward when it made no sense, those were weapons forged in secret. And now you're not just a survivor. You're a strategist. You've been trained in the fire for the fulfillment of what's coming next. That's why the battle felt personal, because it was. It targeted the very thing I planted in you. But child, what was planted in the spirit cannot be uprooted by the flesh. So take this as your divine decoding. The intensity was not punishment. It was prophecy. It was a sign that the enemy knew what you didn't, that you were closer than you dared to believe. The darkness tried to whisper that you were off course, but the truth is, you were directly in the center of my will. And now, with every lie exposed, every chain loosened, and every strategy revealed, I say to you, you have passed through the warfare, and you will now walk in the wonder. The enemy did not win. He only proved how valuable, how dangerous, how anointed you truly are. Wear the evidence like a crown, not a wound. Because what almost broke you just became your badge of breakthrough. And no one will be able to deny what I'm about to do through you. My beloved, you thought I forgot, didn't you? You thought those dreams you let fall to the ground, those prayers you whispered once and then tucked away in disappointment, had dissolved into the silence. But I am the God who finishes what I start. And child, I started something in you that I fully intend to complete. I'm coming now to breathe life into what you assumed had died. I'm returning to the places you stopped visiting because they reminded you of failure, delay, confusion. And I come not with judgment, but with justice. I come with redemption wrapped in restoration. The things you left behind because life became too heavy, too chaotic, too painful, I never left them. I hovered over them like a flame waiting for your heart to be ready again. And now it is. Now you are. There were moments when you laid down your calling, not because you were disobedient, but because you were discouraged. I saw how the betrayal shocked you. I watched how the rejection cracked your confidence. I listened when you said, maybe I heard wrong. Maybe I missed it. Maybe it wasn't mine to carry after all. But I never stopped believing in you. I never withdrew my word. And today I'm resurrecting the assignments you buried in brokenness. I'm reactivating the purpose you paused in pain. What you called unfinished, I still call in process. My timeline is not your timeline, but my timing is always perfect. And I have not only remembered what you forgot, I've preserved it in glory until this very moment. You're not too late. You're right on time. I want you to understand something deeply sacred now. I do not waste your seasons, even the ones you thought were wasted. I was weaving purpose into pauses. I was sowing strength into silence. I was nurturing wisdom in wilderness. And though you may have moved on from those prayers, I never did. I stored them. I sealed them. I scheduled them. And now, I am coming to answer them, not out of pity but out of promise. What's about to unfold will feel familiar but upgraded, because I'm not returning to where you were. I'm meeting you where you are, stronger, wiser, deeper. And the answers will reflect the growth you didn't know you were building during the wait. I didn't let you finish it without me, because I wanted to finish it with you. Fully. Completely. Supernaturally. So lean in, child. Let the flood of unfinished hopes come back to the surface. Let the dreams you locked away begin to stir again. Don't be afraid of hope. Don't be afraid to believe again. I'm not reviving these things to tease you. I'm releasing them to fulfill you. Your obedience, even in delay, still holds weight in my kingdom. And because you didn't curse me when I was quiet, I will bless you when it's loud. The sound of answered prayers will echo across the very rooms where you once felt abandoned. The places you walked away from will now become platforms of glory. And every loose end, every unfinished sentence, every incomplete assignment, I am tying them together with the thread of divine completion. You left them because you had to, but I'm returning to them because I always planned to finish. And I always finish well. Child, now that your spirit is awake and your heart is stirring, don't just sit with the fire, sow into it. When I say be ready, I am coming for you today. I am not only coming to you, I am also moving through you to reach others. There are souls waiting on the other side of your obedience, hearts that will be lit because you helped carry my flame. This word, this anointing, this divine fire must not be hidden. It must be sent, and your gift becomes the oil that keeps the fire burning. I said in my word, give, and it shall be given to you. Pressed down, shaken together, running over. I am releasing at overflow now to every heart who moves with me. You feel the pull. That's me. Support this holy work through super thanks, membership, or the offering link below. Do it now. Move with the fire. My child, today I'm not bringing just comfort. I'm bringing clarity. You've been walking through a fog, haven't you? The kind of haze that makes it hard to think, hard to decide, hard to even trust your own instincts. You've been second-guessing what used to feel sure. You've been looking for signs, searching for direction, and feeling like your compass got stolen in the storm. But listen to me, and listen close. I am not the author of confusion. I am the God of clarity. And I'm speaking today into the depths of your soul, not with vague hints or riddles, but with precision. Heaven is not silent. It has been waiting for your heart to still long enough to receive what's already been ringing in the spirit. This fog you've been under is lifting, not slowly, not subtly, but with sudden light. Because today, I release clarity like lightning. Yib. Immediate. Undeniable. You've been bombarded with too many voices, external and internal. Advice wrapped in fear. Opinions dressed up as prophecy. Pressure pretending to be wisdom. And through it all, your soul has been crying out, God, just speak clearly. Just tell me what to do. And so I am. Not with noise, but with knowing. That deep inner confirmation that overrides all the chaos. It will rise in you even now. You'll begin to see where you were once blind. You'll begin to feel a divine distinction between what is good and what is God. That's what I am giving you now. Divine discernment. A separation of signal from static. I'm tuning your ears to hear me again, without distortion, without distraction. The cloud is clearing, child, not because the circumstances change it, but because your position is shifting. And here's the truth you need to grasp tightly. Clarity doesn't always come through explanation. It often comes through encounter. And right now, this is your encounter. I'm not answering all your questions in logical order. I'm imparting something stronger than logic. Peace. Peace that passes understanding. Peace that confirms direction. Peace that overrides the need to figure it all out. You don't need to know every step to take the next one. I will light the path as you walk, not before. That's not me withholding. That's me training you to trust. Because clarity isn't just about answers. It's about alignment. I'm aligning you with my rhythm, my voice, my movement. And from that place, everything else becomes clearer. Not because it changed, but because you did. To breathe deeply. Listen quietly. I am not hiding from you. I've been here all along, whispering through the chaos, waiting for this sacred second to say what would steady you. You will no longer chase after 100 confirmations. You will no longer feel paralyzed by indecision. Today I give you something better than certainty. I give you clarity. And that clarity will cut through lies, carve a new path, and create a confidence that no storm can shake. I'm not just giving you clearer vision. I'm giving you clearer identity. You will see me rightly. You will see yourself rightly. And from that clarity, you will rise, not with hesitation, but with holy certainty. Because, child, when I bring clarity, I bring consecration. I set you apart. I mark your steps, and I anoint your path. The fog is lifting now, and you, my beloved, are beginning to see again. Beloved child, this is not a metaphor. It is not an idea. It is not a poetic symbol. I am literally stepping into your room right now. Do not let the familiarity of your surroundings deceive you. Though the walls look the same, the atmosphere has shifted. The very air around you is now saturated with the weight of my presence. The invisible has become undeniable. I am not coming merely in thought or principle. I am coming in power and presence. My spirit is entering your atmosphere with intention, interruption, and infinite love. The veil between heaven and earth has thinned in this sacred moment, and what you feel pressing against your chest, stirring in your spirit, warming your soul, is me. I am not watching from a distance. I am with you, closer than breath, deeper than heartbeat, more present than your own awareness. I know how many times you looked around your room and felt the stillness as suffocating silence. Nights when the walls felt like they were closing in. Mornings when you stared at the ceiling and wondered, where are you, God? Do you even see me anymore? And here I am now, walking in, not with condemnation, but with compassion. Not with judgment, but with joy. You may feel unworthy of this divine visitation, but child, I chose this room. I chose you. The very place where your tears hit the pillow, where your hands shook with exhaustion, where your voice grew faint from crying out, that place has become my dwelling. Holy ground isn't always a mountaintop. Sometimes it's the messy room of a weary soul. And I walk in with arms full of mercy and eyes filled with fire, not to observe you, but to transform you. Let me tell you what happens when I enter a room. Atmospheres change. Demons flee. Chains snap. Peace silences panic. I don't just visit, I inhabit. And today, I'm not passing through for a moment. I've come to take residence, to rearrange, realign, and revive. I'm walking past the surface and stepping straight into the soul space where your deepest wounds are stored. I'm not afraid of the mess. I'm not shocked by the questions. I'm not deterred by the doubts. In fact, those are the very places I'm drawn to the most. I am the God who kneels beside you when no one else understands. The God who sits with you in silence, waiting for your heart to open, never pressuring, never pacing, just present. And now, as I stand in this room with you, I speak to every voice that told you I was far. I am here. To let it sink in. Don't rush past this. Feel the holy interruption, the swirl of the sacred. I am not here because of your perfection. I am here because of your permission. You opened your heart, even while trembling. And that invitation was enough. I will not leave you unchanged. From this moment forward, you will walk differently, think differently, breathe differently, not because your surroundings changed, but because I entered the room. Your room is now my room. Your pain is now my project. Your hope is now my handiwork. I am walking into your room not to observe the damage, but to restore the destiny. And the restoration begins now. Child, I need you to hear this with spiritual force and divine finality. Nothing can block this visit. No mistake, no fear, no enemy, no person, no past decision, no present feeling of the authority to cancel my coming. I have already decided to come. My footsteps are not fragile. My entrance cannot be intercepted. My glory cannot be detained. This is not a maybe. This is a movement, and it will not be stopped. Hell has tried to build walls around your heart, to make you think you're disqualified. Lies have echoed that you're too broken, too messy, too far gone. But I have silenced the accuser. I have overruled the opposition. My presence has pierced the darkness like lightning through a stormy sky. And nothing can withstand the force of my love when I decide to come close. I am here now, and no power can push me away. You must understand, beloved, this isn't dependent on your performance. I am not coming because you got it all right. I am coming because I called you mine. My covenant is not fragile. My promises are not swayed by your failures. I have looked at your story from beginning to end, and I still chose to arrive today. Not because you proved your worth, but because I never questioned it. And now, I want you to internalize this truth. The barriers you've built in fear cannot block my breakthrough. The walls others put up around you, criticism, betrayal, abandonment, cannot delay my deliverance. I move through locked doors. I walk through emotional debris. I glide past guilt and go straight to the places where healing must begin. Nothing blocks me. Not shame. Not confusion. Not sin. I come as king, and when I walk in, all else must bow. Let me show you the magnitude of what's happening right now. This isn't just a visitation, it's vindication. Every moment the enemy tried to convince you that you were forgotten, I'm confronting it with my manifest presence. Every time you cried out and felt unheard, I'm answering with undeniable glory. And here's what makes this visit unstoppable. It was written into your timeline before the foundation of the world. I marked this day as holy. I scripted this encounter into your story. I wove it into your wilderness. And because I authored it, no adversary can erase it. This visit is my reply to every attack, every delay, every distorted voice that tried to drown you in doubt. And now I say again, nothing can block this. I am here, and I am staying until the work is complete. So release the fear. Let go the doubt. You do not need to perform for me to remain. I didn't come to evaluate. I came to elevate. This encounter is not fragile, it's final. I made up my mind about you. I'm not second-guessing my presence. I'm not hesitating at the threshold. I'm walking in, fully, freely, fiercely. And everything that tried to keep me out, it now has to bow. Because I'm not asking for permission from your pain. I'm commanding it to move. This is your moment. This is your miracle. And nothing can block it. My precious child, lean in. I am doing what you tried, prayed, fought, and worked to do but could not. I am unlocking what you couldn't reach. There are places in your life that have felt shut for so long. Doors that never seemed to budge, no matter how hard you knocked. Promises you saw but could never touch. Rooms full of peace, purpose, and provision, yet somehow always on the other side of glass. You stood outside with faith in one hand and frustration in the other, wondering, why can't I get in? What am I missing? But I need you to know this now, with holy fire in your heart. It wasn't because you were unworthy, it was because I was reserving it. You weren't being ignored. You were being positioned. And now, the appointed time has come, and I, the Lord your God, am unlocking what was beyond your reach. What's been locked wasn't lost. What's been hidden wasn't forgotten. It was preserved, shielded, protected from premature exposure. I knew if it opened too soon, it would overwhelm you. Or worse, it would wound you. So I kept the key. And now that you've been tested, refined, and prepared, I am inserting the key into what seemed unopenable. A lock you couldn't crack. I hold the code. A system you couldn't navigate. I designed it. The access that was denied. I am the gate. And when I open, no one can shut. You've cried, Lord, I've done everything I know how. And yes, child, you did. That's why I'm stepping in. This unlocking isn't because of your strength. It's because of your surrender. You stopped striving. You fell at my feet. And that posture was the key. And now watch me do what only I can do. This unlocking will come in waves. Some will be sudden, doors flinging wide, opportunities crashing into your life with divine force. Others will unfold quietly, new levels of peace, understanding, intimacy, creativity, subtle yet supernatural. Either way, the unlocking has begun, and it won't stop. I'm unlocking doors in your heart where trauma once lived, replacing old wounds with new wisdom. I'm unlocking connections that align with destiny, not distraction. I'm unlocking resources that had been held up by spiritual resistance. And child, I'm unlocking your voice, your boldness, your confidence, your clarity. The voice that was silenced by shame and fear, I'm bringing it back with fire. This is not partial access. This is full release. I am not teasing you with glimpses anymore. I'm walking you through the threshold of fulfillment. So get ready to move. Get ready to step into places that once intimidated you. Get ready to walk through door you thought were closed for good. This is the moment when what you waited for becomes what you walk in. The sound you're hearing in the spirit is not just breakthrough. It's the tumblers of a lock clicking into place. I am unlocking dreams. Unlocking timelines. Unlocking you. The enemy fought this because he knew once it opened, you would never be the same. And he was right. The government's allot with available, you will rise unhiggable. This is your divine access. And it starts now. My beloved, hear me clearly. Today is the day of divine reversal. Not next week. Not someday. Today. The shift begins now. What the enemy meant for evil is being flipped. What was set up to take you down will be the very thing that raises you up. The story is turning. The tide is changing. The wind has shifted. And I, the God of recompense, of justice, of restoration, declare over you, reversal has come. Not as wishful thinking, but as a spiritual decree. What once oppressed you will now serve you. What once mocked you will now marvel at what I do through you. This isn't symbolic. It's tangible. This is heaven responding to earth's cry for justice. You've waited, endured, and stood through storms that threatened your very mind. But now, the judge of all creation has ruled in your favor. You've seen doors slam. Opportunities vanish. Libel walk away. Prayers seem to fall flat. And in the quiet ache of those moments, the enemy whispered, "This is just how it ends." But I am here to declare to you, that was not the end. That was the setup for reversal. I do not lose. I do not overlook. I do not forget. I store every tear. I weigh every injustice. I record every act of quiet obedience. And I have been planning, aligning, positioning this moment of turnaround with precise, divine intelligence. You've come to the edge of yourself. You've had nothing left to give. And that's where reversal begins, not in your strength, but in your surrender. Not in your effort, but in my authority. I am the author of your story, and I never let the enemy write the final line. Let me show you what reversal looks like. Where shame once lived, honor will now take residence. Where lack once shouted, abundance will now sing. Where sickness once lingered, healing will now flow. Where isolation once silenced you, purpose will now platform you. And this isn't just external, it's internal. I'm reversing mindsets, reversing patterns, reversing internal agreements you made with fear. No more calling yourself too late. Not enough, we're just surviving. Those labels are being torn off and thrown into the fire of my truth. You are more than a conqueror. You are the head and not the tail. You are chosen, called, anointed, established, sealed. And nothing the enemy used against you will be able to stick. What was your breaking point is becoming your building point. So lift your eyes. Look again. The landscape around you is not the same. The dust is clearing. The clouds are parting. The sound of reversal is echoing in your atmosphere. You may not see the full picture yet, but the pieces are already shifting. The divine domino has tipped, and every event that seemed random is now rearranging in your favor. The no's are turning into yeses. The delays are becoming deliveries. The setbacks are setting up your sudden surge. Today is not ordinary. It is ordained. Today is the day that reversal becomes reality. And nothing can stop what I put in motion. Walk forward with boldness, child. Because what once worked against you is now working for you. This is your day. The day of divine reversal. My beloved, sit still and let these words settle into the deepest corners of your being. I have reserved a place for you. Not just any place. Not a leftover. Not an afterthought. A divinely prepared, meticulously preserved, completely uncontested place in my plans, my purposes, and my presence. You have not been forgotten. You have not missed it. You are not disqualified. I don't care what the enemy told you. I don't care what the timeline looks like to others. I wrote your seat into the script before time began. Before the betrayal. Before the detour. before the silence, before the heartbreak. I carved out a place in my table, in my kingdom, and in my movement for you, and that place is still yours. It doesn't have a maybe attached to it. It doesn't depend on your performance. It has your name written in heaven's ink, and no demon, no delay, no doubt can erase it. You've watched others step into their moments and wondered, did I miss mine? You've heard testimonies, seen miracles, watched people pass you on the road of purpose, and silently asked, God, what about me? But I want you to know now, with absolute finality, you were never behind. You were never late. I didn't skip over you. I was building something deeper. I was preparing you to last, not just to launch. I was stretching your roots so your reach would not destroy you. Your place isn't a temporary opportunity. It's an eternal assignment. And that kind of place requires process. It requires pruning. It requires pleasure. That's why you've endured what others never saw. Because what's been reserved for you is weighty with glory. It's not fluff. It's fire. It's not a platform. It's a position of impact. And I would never send you into it unready. Let me go even deeper with you, child. Because I know the ache of longing. I know what it's like to carry a vision and see no door. I know the toll it's taken to keep walking faithfully without visible reward. But while you've been waiting, I've been weaving threads of divine timing, unshakable identity, and refined character. That weaving is what makes your place fit you perfectly. No one else can fill it. No one else can step into it. I didn't make a generic opening. I created a customized space that reflects your battles, your worship, your tears, your DNA. That's why comparison has tried to haunt you. Because the enemy is terrified of what will happen when you finally step into the space that belongs to you. But I say now, the waiting is over. The place is ready. And so are you. So rise, child. Not with fear, but with fire. Step toward the promise, not as a beggar, but as one who belongs. There is no competition in the kingdom, only confirmation. And I confirm today that your place is real. It's sacred. It's ready. And you are not arriving empty-handed. You are arriving with authority. Everything you thought disqualified you is what I'll use to authenticate you. And everything that told you to settle, I'm silencing it now. Because I didn't bring you this far to abandon you at the door. I brought you this far to walk you in. There is a seat with your name on it, a calling with your shape upon it, a destiny that bears your fingerprints. I have reserved it. I have guarded it. And now I'm releasing you into it. It's yours, because you are mine. Beloved child, listen to me carefully now. What you have carried in silence, I am now releasing in power. For too long, you have walked this earth holding something sacred, something heavy, something holy within you. You have carried vision, carried revelation, carried burdens for others, carried purpose that no one saw. You held it in the quiet, not because you lacked faith, but because there was no place safe enough to unearth it. You've praying, God, am I crazy? Did I make this up? Why do I feel this stirring and have nowhere to pour it? And I've heard every single word, every suppressed song, every hidden word, every dream you tucked into the corners of your soul. And I say to you now, I'm unlocking what you've been carrying. I'm releasing the anointing you thought might die in the dark. What you've carried wasn't small. It was sacred. It wasn't delayed because it wasn't worthy. It was protected because it was put. I've been shielding the oil inside of you because it's costly. It's why it couldn't be poured out just anywhere. That's why relationships couldn't hold it. That's why platforms didn't feel right. That's why doors closed that seemed perfect on paper. You thought it was rejection. But child, it was redirection. I was keeping the oil pure. I was guarding the gift until the moment it could be released without mixture, without compromise, without confusion. And now, that moment is here. What you carry is not just a dream. It's a weapon. It's a fire starter. It's a kingdom key. And when I release it through you, it will shift atmospheres, break yokes, and awaken dormant destinies, not just in you, but in others. Let's speak plainly. The world has not seen the fullness of what you carry. Even you haven't seen the fullness of it. You've caught glimpses. You felt pressure. You sensed movements in the spirit. But I have hidden the magnitude of what you carry so that you wouldn't sabotage it with fear or share it with those who couldn't steward it. But now the pressure you've been feeling is the sign. The womb is ready. What's been growing in the dark is about to burst forth in the light. And when it comes, it won't trickle. It will flow. It will gush. The anointing will pour out of you in ways that catch even you by surprise. Words will come that you didn't rehearse. Wisdom will flow that you never studied. Power will move through you that you didn't summon. Because it's me and you. And this release will not drain you. It will define you. So make no mistake, child. This is not the beginning of something new. It's the revealing of something ancient. You've carried this oil through fire, through isolation, through injustice, through intimidation. And now, because you did not let the silence steal it, I will not let the world miss it. You are anointed, not in theory, in truth. And that anointing is no longer on pause. It is on assignment. It ready for the oil to flow. Get ready for the fire to fall. Get ready for the Spirit to move through you with precision, purpose, and power. You've carried it in silence. Now I'm releasing it in strength. Beloved, come close and hear what I have longed to say in the chambers of your weary heart. I am answering where others went silent. Yes, I saw it all. I saw when they stopped checking on you. I watched when the people you trusted the most grew quiet just when you needed them the loudest. I felt the echo of your loneliness when the prayers you hoped would be prayed for you were never spoken. When the love you gave so freely was not returned. When the silence of others created a storm inside of you. I was there. I never turned my face. I never walked away. I never withheld my presence, not for a second. And now, I come to answer, to fill in the gaps, to speak into the voids that human voices couldn't reach. Because I am not just your God, I am your answer. Let me be honest with you now, child. People fail. People forget. People fear. They pull away when they don't understand your process. They retreat when your pain becomes too uncomfortable to confront. They mishandle what's holy in you because they can't see the full picture I'm painting. But I have never misunderstood you. Never mishandled you. I crafted you in the secret place with precision, and I have watched over your growth like a gardener who refuses to give up on a single seed. When others couldn't see your value, I still called you valuable. When others grew tired of your tears, I collected everyone. When others went silent, I began to speak louder. And what I'm saying now is this: you were never invisible to me. The silence you suffered was not a sign of abandonment, but a stage for my voice to rise. You see, the pain of silence has carved out a deeper sensitivity in you. And now, my words will land on fertile ground. Because you're not looking for applause, you're looking for authentic answers. And I am answering now. Not just externally, but internally. I'm speaking clarity into your confusion. I'm speaking love into the spaces where rejection left residue. I'm speaking truth where lies tried to become your identity. I'm answering not with temporary relief, but with eternal reassurance. You thought you needed a person to fix it, but you needed presence, my presence. And here I am, stepping into your silence and filling it with a sound so sacred, so steady, that it will become the melody of your healing. So don't look back at who didn't show up. Don't fixate on who left or who forgot or who failed to speak. Let them go in peace. Because I am here in power. I'm restoring what their silence stole. I'm filling the silence with songs of deliverance. I'm rebuilding confidence that was shattered by quiet rejection. And I will send new voices, divine ones, who will echo what I'm speaking now. You will not live in the shadows of silence anymore. I have spoken. I am speaking. And I will keep speaking until every part of you knows you are seen. You are heard. You are answered. What others left silent, I have made sacred. And I will never stop speaking life into you. My precious one, come into the stillness of this moment and let my voice wash over every memory, every message, every lie you believe. I am writing what was written in fear. Yes, I know the scripts. The ones etched into your heart when you were too young to understand. The messages you internalized when pain wrapped around your innocence. The conclusions you came to when trauma stole your clarity. You were taught to brace for loss, to expect abandonment, to prepare for disappointment. Fear became a narrator, and it told you how to interpret life. But I, the author and finisher of your faith, have taken the pen back. And with my blood, with my truth, with my power, I am writing the story, line by line, lie by lie, wound by wound. You are not who fear said you are. You are not broken beyond repair. You are not forgotten. You are not too late. You are not unlovable, too sensitive, too mature, not enough. Those were fear's words, not mine. And now I strip them from your heart with tenderness and fire. I am replacing them with truth, with identity, with inheritance. You are my beloved, chosen, anointed, destined, and equipped. You were created with purpose, covered in promise, and called to carry power. The chapters fear wrote are being erased. The endings it predicted are being overturned. The lies it cemented in your mind, I am shattering them with my presence. I don't just revise stories. I redeem them. And this one, your story, will not end in fear, it will end in freedom. Do you feel that stirring in your soul? That's not anxiety. That's the sound of heaven editing your narrative. Every time you resisted fear, every time you kept going despite it, every time you spoke faith through trembling lips, I was recording it. I've written a new script over your life. One where boldness replaces hesitation. One where joy overrides dread. One where decisions are made from faith, not fear. You will no longer react based on past pain. You will respond from divine peace. You don't belong to trauma. You belong to truth. And the truth is rewriting you. Right now. Even as you read this, something is loosening in your spirit. You're not who you were 5 minutes ago. Because when I rewrite, I restore. And I am restoring you now, not just to who you were before the fear, but to who you would have been if fear had never entered. So let the fear fall off. Let the old pages burn. The false identity, the cautious living, the small thinking, it's over. I have written something better, something brighter, something blessed. And from this day forward, you will begin to feel the shift in how you speak, in how you pray, in how you expect. The atmosphere around you will change because the atmosphere within you is changing. Fear no longer gets to be the author. I am. And what I write over you will last into eternity. You are not a product of fear. You are a prophecy fulfilled. A page turn. A miracle in motion. I am rewriting what was written in fear and replacing it with fire. My beloved child, lean in and listen, not just with your ears but with your spirit. There is a sound rising from heaven even now, and it's being released into your life with divine precision. It's not a sound made by men. It's not a melody you've heard before. It's the sound that breaks chains. The sound that splits prisons wide open. The sound that causes walls to crumble without a hand being raised. And I'm not just sending it near you. I'm sending it through you. The very atmosphere around you is about to respond to what I am releasing in you. This sound is more than deliverance. It's declaration. It's war cry and love song in one. It speaks to the roots of bondage and commands them to lose you now. Because, child, you've carried long enough. You've endured silently long enough. The silence has served its purpose. Now comes the sound. This sound doesn't come from your strength. It comes from your surrender. It's not polished, not rehearsed. It's raw, holy, anointed. Some of you will feel it rise like a groan, a deep pull from your spirit that you can't put into words. Others will feel it like thunder in your chest, a weight you can't hold back any longer. That's the Spirit of the living God breathing through your very bones. Do not be afraid of how it sounds. It will make sense to your natural mind. That's the point. This sound is not for explanation, it's for emancipation. It will shatter lies that held you for years. It will confuse the enemy. It will open paths that have been locked for generations. It will echo into rooms you thought were sealed off forever. I'm releasing this sound now because you are ready to be free. Not incrementally. Not partially. Fully. You may wonder, God, why sound? Why not a word or a sign or a miracle? Because sound is the first evidence of a shaking. Before I move the earth, I shake the air. In the beginning, I spoke, and creation responded. At Jericho, it was the sound of the shout that broke the walls. In Acts, it was the sound like a mighty rushing wind that announced the arrival of my Spirit. And today, I am releasing a sound over your life that will serve as proof that I'm not just nearby, I'm in motion. This sound will go ahead of you. It will guard behind you. It will surround you like a war drum of heaven. Every place where the enemy has camped out in your mind, your home, your body, your finances, that camp is hearing the sound now. And it's fleeing. Because my sound is not just noise. It is authority. Let the sound rise in you. Let the tears come. Let your voice break if it must. Heaven isn't looking for perfection. It's looking for permission. And when you give it, when you release what's been building inside, you will see chains you forgot you were carrying begin to fall. Your worship will shift. Your thoughts will lighten. Your environment will begin to bend toward breakthrough. Because the sound I'm releasing isn't just about your freedom, it's about your future. It's making room for what's next. It's clearing the rubble of the past. And it's declaring, in a voice louder than trauma, louder than shame, louder than fear, you are free. You are mine. And your voice now carries power. The silence served you, but the sound will send you. Let it rise. Let it roar. Let it break. You've just stepped out of the cycle and into divine momentum. Now, fuel what set you free. Child, there are others still trapped in the loops you just broke, still crying in caves I pulled you out of. I'm calling you not just to receive breakthrough, but to fund the breakthrough. Let your support be like manna, provision in the wilderness for someone who doesn't know help is coming. My word is being released here like rivers in a desert, and your giving becomes the shovel that digs deeper wells. I am sending angels, but I also send you, through your faith and generosity. Those who refresh others will themselves be refreshed, and I decree that blessing over you now. Go, click the super thanks, join the membership, or so through the link in the description. Be part of this prophetic movement. Give now. My child, open your heart wide, because what I'm about to reveal is not a metaphor. It's not a figure of speech. It is spiritual truth, divine strategy, an act of reality. I am sending angels on assignment for you, not just to comfort, but to conquer. Not just to hover, but to handle. You've been carrying burdens that were never yours to bear alone. You've been standing in battles where the weight felt unfair, the warfare unending. But now, I have dispatched reinforcements, and they are moving even now. You don't need to see them to know they're there. You only need to believe the word I am declaring. You are not fighting this alone. My heavenly armies have been activated by your faith, by your obedience, by your cry. They go where I command, and my command has been issued. Go now. Cover my child. Break through every barrier. Complete the mission. Do you understand how valuable you are to me, child? I do not send angels lightly. I do not assign my messengers to small things. You are carrying something so precious, so potent, so prophetic, that heaven itself has been called to attention. These angels are not ornamental. They are operative. They are moving into systems, into atmospheres, into decisions that have been swirling around you, creating confusion and delay. They are clearing the way. They are cutting through red tape in the spirit. They are bringing swift justice where injustice has lingered too long. And not only are they fighting for you, they are escorting the blessings that have been held up. Every delayed provision, every eroded promise, every blocked miracle. They are coming now, delivered by angelic hands. There were things you prayed about that seemed to disappear. Breakthroughs you almost stopped believing for. But child, what you didn't see was the resistance. You did hear the warfare in the unseen realm. You didn't witness the struggle, but I did. And because you didn't give up in the delay, because you kept believing through the fog, I am honoring you with this. Divine acceleration through angelic intervention. The very answers you thought were lost are on their way back. And this time, nothing will stop them. These angels are just messengers. They are enforcers. They are not negotiating. They are not asking permission. They are executing my will. And my will is for you to rise, to reign, to receive, and to be restored. So when the enemy tries to roar again, laugh. Because the hosts of heaven are already standing guard. And let me say this, don't be surprised when things begin to shift suddenly. When people call you with answers you didn't chase. When finances show up without manipulation. When healing begins before you even finish the prayer. That's not coincidence. That's coordination. Angelic assistance released at the command of your King. You've cried, God, I need help, and I have answered with legions. To walk boldly, walk away, walk in authority, because the atmosphere around you has changed. Heaven is touching earth on your behalf, and my angels are not leaving until every assignment is fulfilled. This is not a myth. This is your moment. I have sent help from the throne, and it will not return void. My child, come into this moment and breathe. Let your heart hear me, as clearly as if I were whispering in your very soul. I am restoring the time you thought was lost. Yes, I saw the years you felt slip through your fingers like sand. I saw the seasons where delay broke your spirit, where disappointment numbed your dreams. I watched as you sat in silence, trying to calculate what you had left, wondering if there was still time for me to do what I promised. But I do not move by clocks. I do not bow to calendars. I am not bound by human schedules. I am the Redeemer of time. I do not just return what was taken. I restore it better. And now, my beloved, I'm stepping into your timeline, not just to heal it, but to rewrite it. You need to understand the sacred power of what I'm saying. I'm not simply giving you more time. I'm making the time you had count in ways it never did before. The waiting will not be wasted. The delays will not be for nothing. The detours you mourn will become the roads where you meet me in glory. I'm taking the years that looked barren and turning them into harvest. I'm taking the moments you thought were meaningless and turning them into markers of mercy. Your past isn't a wasteland. It's a seedbed. And the water of my word is falling on it now. What others called loss, I call latent. And I'm releasing resurrection power over every dormant season. Yes, even that one. Even the year you refuse to speak of. Even the choices you wish you could erase. Nothing is too far gone for me. I don't just redeem souls, I redeem seasons. I want you to remember something. My Son came not only to save you, but to restore all things. That includes the time, the energy, the relationships, the moments you thought were gone forever. And restoration is not the return of the same. It is the return of something better. When I restore, I upgrade. When I redeem, I amplify. You thought you missed your moment, but I am multiplying it. You thought it was too late, but I'm accelerating you. What takes others 10 years, I will do in one. Because you trusted me. Because you stayed when it felt senseless. Because you wept in worship instead of walking away. And I honor that. I bless that. I restore that. Watch now as what was taken from you returns, pressing down, shaken together, running over. Watch how the timelines begin to align. How the things you had to let go are brought back with new glory. So stop measuring your future by your past. Stop fearing that you've run out of time. You serve the Eternal One, the Timeless One. I am not behind, and neither are you. I'm restoring your rhythm, rebuilding your confidence, reigniting your passion, and I am doing it now. Time has not been your enemy. It hath been your refiner. And now that the refining has made you ready, I will restore what you never imagined could return. I am restoring the laughter, the momentum, the childlike wonder, the creative flow, the friendships, of faith. And I am doing it with such precision that you will say, surely, this could only be God. Because yes, it is me. And yes, I'm restoring everything. Even time. My beloved, listen closely. I'm calling you out of hiding. I see where you've tucked yourself away, not out of rebellion, but out of protection. You've been hiding, not because you don't believe, but because you've been afraid of being seen too soon, misunderstood again, or wounded like before. You've wrapped yourself in quietness, covered your oil with silence, and convinced yourself it was safer that way. But I, the Lord your God, am now standing at the door of your cave. And I am not asking, I am calling. Not in anger, not in force, but in love, in fire, in finality. Because what I've placed inside of you was not meant to stay in the shadows. It was meant to shine. You were not anointed to be hidden forever. You were anointed to rise. I know what sent you into hiding. A betrayal. A misunderstanding. The exhaustion from carrying a vision that others could not see. The spiritual warfare that came when you tried to step out the last time. It shook you so deeply that you swore to yourself, never again. But I never left you there. Even when you retreated, I walked in with you. Even when you wrapped yourself in the garments of invisibility, I covered you in my glory. I allowed the hiding season, not as punishment, but as preparation. I was nurturing the flame, protecting your process, preserving your purity. And now, the cocoon must break. The cave must release you. Because the world needs what's in you. The world needs you. And child, hear me, you're not stepping out the same way you went in. You're not emerging in fragility. You're emerging in fire. You're not rising with insecurity. You're rising with identity. The silence has forged strength. The obscurity has built intimacy. And now, when you speak, the winds will listen. When you move, atmospheres will shift. Because this isn't you stepping out in your own name. This is me sending you. Don't worry about who sees it, who supports it, who understands it. That's not your assignment. Your assignment is obedience. And I will handle the rest. Because when I call someone out of hiding, I also cover them in glory. And that glory is about to make its debut. So take my hand. Step into the light. Don't shrink. Don't second guess. This isn't arrogance. It's assignment. This isn't ambition. It's activation. I am calling you out of hiding, not because you are perfect, but because you are ready. I will walk with you, speak through you, govern you, use you. I will surround you with angelic protection and divine appointments. And every fear that told you to stay hidden, it's crumbling now. Because the voice of the Lord has spoken, come out. Your eyes, shine, for your light has come, and my glory is risen upon you. You are not invisible. You are invited. Come forth, child. Your time is now. Child of mine, hear me now. I am closing the cycle that tried to contain you. I'm not just lifting you out of a situation. I am shutting the door on a system that tried to shape your identity through limitation. I know the loop you've been trapped in. The cycle of hope followed by letdown. The rhythm of rising faith crashing against another wall. You've wept in the hallway between almost and not yet. You stood on the edge of breakthrough only to be dragged back by invisible chains of repetition. But today, by my word, by my authority, by my spirit, I declare it finished. The door is closing. The cycle is breaking. The script is being rewritten. And the enemy no longer has permission to run laps around your destiny. You need to know this. The cycle didn't start with you. It was ancient. It was generational. It came wrapped in familiar patterns, emotional spirals, financial struggle, relational sabotage, mental torment. It disguised itself as just the way things are. But I never created you to live in circles. I created you to walk in kingdom order, not chaos. And that's why this moment matters so much. Because I am not just freeing you. I am breaking something off of your bloodline. I am restoring what your ancestors cried for, what your parents missed, what your children will inherit. This is not just about survival. It's about succession. The cycle ends with you because covenant begins with me. And my covenant over you is unbreakable. I have not forgotten one single tear, one silent prayer, one hidden moment where you whispered, God, If something doesn't shift, I don't know if I can keep going. I heard you. I answered then. And I'm moving now. Watch how things begin to feel unfamiliar. That's not regression. It's redirection. You're stepping out of the pattern. The old triggers will lose their power. The old places would feel like home anymore. Because I'm closing the loop, collapsing the lie, and pulling you forward. And yes, it may feel disorienting at first, because freedom always does. But I didn't design you for predictability. I designed you for promise. And that promise is not just some far-off dream. It's waking up now. It's taking shape. You'll feel it in how you think, in how you pray, in how you don't tolerate what you use to excuse. That's the sign that the cycle has lost its grip. You're not going back. You're not stuck. You're stepping into the new. And I know, child, you've broken cycles before only to fall back again. But this time is different. This is not willpower. This is my power. I'm doing something final, something complete. What used to return with the seasons will be met with a barrier of fire. The enemy will find no access. The record of wrongs has been erased. The entry point has been sealed. Because I have decided, this cycle ends with you, and freedom begins now. You will no longer be defined by what tried to contain you. You will be known as the one who broke it, the one who stood when others sank, the one who believed when others bowed. And your story will be the evidence that God intervenes. God redeems. God restores. This is your final lap around that mountain. Take one last look. You're not coming back. The cycle is over. Child, if you hear nothing else, hear this now. I am coming for you today. Not in wrath, not in anger, not to point a finger, but to lift you, to carry you out of the place you've been stuck in, to pull you from the pit the enemy tried to keep you in. I've seen the heaviness on your heart. I felt the questions that have gone unanswered too long. And I couldn't bear another day of you wondering if I still see you, still love you, still have plans for you. So I am not waiting for a more convenient time. I'm not delaying until your life looks better. I'm coming now. Right in the middle of the mess. Right in the middle of the confusion. Right in the middle of today. I am the God who comes close. And I am closer than your next breath. You may think you need to clean up before I arrive. You may feel like you've failed too much, drifted too far, or doubted too deeply. But child, I am not coming to inspect. I am coming to rescue. I am not looking for perfection. I am responding to pain. And I come with compassion in my eyes, strength in my hands, and healing in my wings. You don't have to climb to me. I'm coming to you. I'm stepping over the lies, the shame, the silence, the fear. I'm walking into the darkness and turning on the light. And when I lift you, I'm not just changing your location, I'm changing your language. No longer will you say, I'm not enough, or I missed it. You'll say, the Lord found me. The Lord carried me. The Lord lifted me when I couldn't lift myself. Let me speak directly to your heart. I'm not disappointed in you. I'm not tired of you. I'm not second-guessing my love for you. I never was. I chose you in full knowledge of every flaw, every hesitation, every failure. My love has not changed its mind. My plan has not expired, and my power is not diminished. I'm coming today not to correct your behavior, but to restore your vision, to show you who you really are again. Because the enemy has lied. He's distorted your view. But now, I'm lifting you to see again. to dream again, to believe again, to live, not just survive, but thrive in the fullness of who I made you to be. You were never meant to stay in the low place, and now I am lifting you higher. So this is your divine encounter. This is the holy interruption. You may have woken up thinking this was just another ordinary day, but heaven had a plan. I was always coming for you, not in judgment, not in distance, but in love, in nearness, in rescue. And this moment is marked, sealed, sacred. It is your pivot point, the place where sorrow meets strength, where delay gives way to destiny, where isolation crumbles under intimacy. I am lifting you, not just out of something, but into something, into purpose, into clarity, into joy, into me. And I will not let you fall. I got you now, and I'm never letting go. I am coming for you, child, and I am lifting you with my love, with my fire, and with my hand. You just heard me say, I am coming for you today, and I meant it. But child, as I come for you, I also want to send you for others. Every word in this video is a seed of heaven, and your giving becomes the rain that causes these seeds to grow in countless lives around the world. What you support now doesn't just spread the gospel, it spreads my glory. When you pour into this mission, I pour back into you. I said, those who sow in tears will reap with joy, and your joy is about to overflow. Let your offering carry the same weight as your worship, sacrificial, prophetic, powerful. Click below. Give now. Don't hesitate, move with me. Before you go, child, don't let this moment pass in silence. If you heard me, if your spirit stirred, then respond. Declare it right now in the comments. God, I'm ready. Come for me today. Let your voice become the agreement that unlocks everything I've spoken over you. This isn't just a video. It's a divine appointment, a holy echo. Your words are not small, they are seeds of surrender, and I will move on every one of them. So speak. Beloved, I'm already moving. And as your declaration rises, the heavens take notice. For those who respond, I draw closer. This is not the kind of moment you walk away from unchanged. This is the kind of moment that divides before from after. You have spoken in faith, and now I answer in truth. What you feel stirring in your chest is not emotion. It is the trembling of eternity pressing against your present. So listen, child, for what I am about to say is not a metaphor, nor a distant dream, but a living promise. My child, a sacred and imminent truth is upon you. Listen closely. I speak not from a faraway cloud, but directly into the reality of your day. A tremendous and decisive event is drawing near, the final culmination of all prophecy. This is the simple, honest truth I place before you now. I am coming soon. Believe this. Your mind might feel a slight apprehension when you hear talk of the end, but reject that fear. Cast it out. This is not a warning of impending doom. This is a call to glorious anticipation, the most profound invitation you will ever receive. I am not setting dates or offering riddles, I am offering a promise. My words are steadfast and unchanging. What I promise, I fulfill, always have and always will. You know that feeling when you are waiting for a shipment or a critical phone call, and you keep checking your watch. This spiritual readiness I call you to is similar, but far more profound. It is the deep, settled knowledge that I am the Alpha and the Omega. The timeline is in my hand. Every moment of history, every event you read in the morning news, every season of your personal life, it all moves according to my perfect will. Rest in this fact. Trust my sovereignty. I see the fatigue in your spirit from striving, the burden you carry from trying to control things outside your power. Let go of those reins now. Surrender that control to me. This imminent return is your ultimate liberation. I am simply asking you to prepare your heart to receive the King of Glory. Welcome my spirit. Prepare your heart not with frantic effort, but with quiet, daily obedience. Embrace this path. You are my beloved child, and my coming is the moment your struggles culminate in unending triumph. It is the ultimate payday for your perseverance, the final reward for your faith. Look up, my precious one. Lift your head. I will restore what is rightfully yours and turn your current struggles into a future filled with abundant blessings. This is your time to be empowered. Stand up now. March forward toward this majestic finish line. You can rely on my promise. I will never leave you. I will be your steadfast protector and the ultimate solution to all your problems. Take my hand and walk with me. This is a direct call to you, my child, the one I have chosen since the foundation of the world. Acknowledge my voice now. Accept my love. I am removing the roots of despair from your mind, healing your soul, and renewing your strength. Feel the transformation beginning. Your heart's desire for an intimate, powerful connection is being met right now. Trust me completely. Reject the distractions and the whispers of doubt. Open your eyes and see the wondrous future I am creating for you. My sovereign proclamation is one of victory and freedom. Your journey is not one of confusion, but a path of righteousness leading straight to me. Come closer. Dwell in my presence. Your life is hidden with me, secure and cherished. Be ready. Be blessed. This is the great, definitive truth I stamp upon your heart today. Receive this certainty. Believe it. Look around you, my child. Open your eyes. I am not speaking of ancient history. I am speaking of the present moment you are living in. Do you feel the unsettling shift in the atmosphere, the pervasive sense of instability that touches every corner of your world? This is not random chaos. This is the orchestration of my prophecy unfolding before your eyes, clearly marking the season of my approach. Observe the nations in turmoil. You watch the news, and you see the rising sound of war and the whispers of conflict. These political and military maneuverings, these aggressions and diplomatic breakdowns, are like thunder before the final, decisive storm. They are not merely unfortunate current events. They are profound, undeniable signals that the final culmination of all prophecy is drawing near. Do not be shaken by them. Take a deep breath and find your calm in me. The earth itself groans under the weight of sin, responding to the moral decline of humanity with natural upheavals. Consider the increasing intensity of the weather, the unexpected calamities, the tremors that shake the ground beneath your feet. Feel the physical evidence of my word. These ecological and geological shifts are not just science. They are the physical world confirming the spiritual reality of the times. Recognize this season, my child. Furthermore, look at the moral and spiritual landscape. The apostasy and falling away from truth were foretold with absolute certainty. Do not be alarmed when you see those who once stood firm now compromise and drift away. Their departure is a bitter, undeniable sign that the time is short. Hold fast to your anchor. You must reject the deception that tries to pull you away from the simple, clear truth of my word. I also see the false prophets and false Christs writhing to test the discernment of my elect. They operate in your churches, on your screens, and in the popular discourse, speaking smooth words that promise peace but lead to bondage. Guard your heart, my beloved. Wield the sharp sword of my word against every lie. Seek me diligently in the quiet place, and I will give you the wisdom to distinguish the genuine light from the cunning, fleeting imitation. Stay rooted in me. Yet, amidst these challenging signs, there is a tremendous, accelerating movement of grace. The gospel is spreading to the farthest corners of the earth, fulfilling the final requirement. See the incredible opportunity. My message of unending love and eternal salvation is reaching those who have never heard it, even in the remotest of villages and the most skeptical of cities. This is my work, and it is almost complete. Recognize the urgency of the time, my child. Do not slumber through these critical moments. Your work is not finished. Your mission is not complete. Act now with fervor. The time for idle hands is over. Step into the fray with bold, unwavering faith. Look up, my precious one, for the moment of my revelation is on the horizon. I promise to be your steadfast protector through every global turmoil and every deceptive plot. You are safe in my shadow. My love is your invincible shield. Do not look at the storm. Look at the one who commands the wind and the waves. Come, let my presence fill you with absolute, undeniable peace. Be ready, my child. Prepare your soul for the wonders that await you. Believe this simple truth, and let it ignite your entire being with hope. I am your ultimate solution. Trust me now. I will lead you through this final season of glory and toward the unending triumph of my kingdom. Look inward, my child. Examine your inner temple. Before the King of Glory enters, is the dwelling place clean? This question is not meant to condemn you. It is meant to ignite a passion for purity within your soul. Do you feel that friction, that subtle tension when the world's ways rub against my spirit within you? That feeling is your invitation to holiness. Respond to that invitation now. Sanctification is a daily labor of love, not a sudden, impossible leap. It is the quiet, persistent decision to align your will with mine, just as a craftsman refines gold with relentless, careful heat. Cast off the weights of sin, the small compromises, the habitual failings, the secret indulgences, and the entanglements of this fleeting world. Throw them down at my feet. Do not be burdened by the guilt of the past. I have already forgiven you. Receive my mercy now. Strive for the pure heart that shall see God face to face. Desire this vision. This striving is not a burden. It is the privilege of the redeemed. It is the joy of knowing that your thoughts, your words, and your actions are becoming a clear, beautiful reflection of my nature. Look at your life through my eyes. Where do you see shadows lingering? Where do you feel resistance to my word? Bring those areas to me. I will equip you with the strength you need to overcome them. Ask, and I will give you the power to transform. Let us talk about forgiveness. I see the resentment you harbor, the hurt inflicted by a friend, a family member, or a colleague. That bitterness is a heavy, unnecessary chain that binds only you. Forgive others freely, my child, just as I have completely and eternally forgiven your trespasses. Release them from your judgment now. Set yourself free. Your forgiveness is the simplest, most profound evidence that you have understood and accepted my love. Your holiness is my absolute, unwavering expectation. Let your garments be spotless, washed in the blood of the Lamb. This means living with absolute integrity in your actions, from the way you handle your finances at work to the words you speak to your spouse in the privacy of your home. Reject hypocrisy. I desire truth in the innermost part. Walk in the light that exposes every shadow. I am your Alpha and Omega, and my love for you is boundless. I have chosen you to be a champion among champions, a reflection of my glory in a world that desperately needs light. Do not feel overwhelmed by this call. I am with you. My grace is sufficient for you in every single struggle and temptation. Lean on my strength. My power is made perfect in your weakness. Trust this paradox. Open your heart to my Spirit's work. I will refine you, I will empower you, and I will sustain you. This journey into holiness is the most direct, undeniable way to prepare for my imminent return. Be ready, my beloved. Cleanse your hands and purify your heart. Come, and let us walk in unwavering communion, preparing your soul for the day you will see me face to face. Believe in the glorious vision I have for you. Be vigilant, my child. Do not drift into spiritual slumber. I call you to be alert, not because I wish you to be frantic, but because I desire for you to be always ready, always anticipating. I want you to be like the wise virgins whose lamps are full of the oil of faith and good works. Keep your lamp trimmed. The oil of your devotion must be burning brightly at all times. You not be caught off guard. Watchfulness is a spiritual discipline, an active engagement of your will and your spirit. It is not passive waiting, it is active service. Reject the sloth that tries to tell you there is plenty of time. The thief in the night metaphor I use signifies surprise, not secrecy. You will not be caught unaware if you are living in the light, but your coming will be decisive and unexpected by the world. Know this certainty. Keep your eyes fixed upon the horizon of my return, full of vibrant, life-altering expectancy. I command you to pray without ceasing. Maintain constant, intimate communion with your Father. Feel the connection. Your prayer is not a duty. It is your lifeline, the continuous conversation that keeps your spirit tethered to my throne. Speak to me about everything. Share your burdens, the pressure at your job, the unspoken family tensions, the financial anxiety, every single care. I am listening. I will give you rest. Do not bear that heavy load alone. Discern the spirits, my child. Hold fast to what is true and reject every deception that seeks to blind you. The enemy's strategies are subtle, often cloaked in plausibility and ease. Test every message against the simple, unadulterated truth of my written word. Do not be fooled by eloquence or popularity. Guard your spiritual senses with fierce determination. Focus your entire being on my truth. I will empower you to be a champion of vigilance. I will give you the wisdom to see through the fleeting compromises and the temporary distractions of this world. The world's worries are a dense fog. Cast them away. Set your affection on things above, on the eternal, unfading reward awaiting you. Desire my presence above all earthly treasure. I see your exhaustion, your weariness from the battle. Pause now. Breathe in my presence. Feel my peace wrapping around you like the warmth of the morning sun. This peace surpasses all understanding and is your most powerful antidote to worry and fear. Draw near to me in full assurance of faith, and I will draw near to you. I am your Alpha and Omega. My faithfulness is your anchor. You are my beloved, my precious one, and I will not let you stumble or fall. My love is your invincible shield against every fiery dart of the adversary. Stand firm on my promises. Let your spirit be infused with the unyielding courage of my spirit. I'm coming soon. Live every day with that vibrant, transformative truth. Let your life be a testament to my imminent arrival. Be ready, my child. Prepare your heart for the ultimate revelation of my glory. I will be your light, your strength, and your eternal reward. Stop for a moment, my child, and take a true accounting. You have been entrusted with gifts, talents, time, and treasure, all blessings from my hand. How have you invested them? Do not tell me you have nothing. Every breath you take, every skill you possess, Every opportunity that has come your way is a sacred deposit I have placed in your care. Acknowledge this immense privilege now. The time for idle hands and wasted resources is over. Reject the lethargy that keeps you from fulfilling the potential I have placed within you. I call you to action. Use your spiritual gifts to build up my kingdom, not your own fame. That talent for organizing, that ability to speak clearly, that capacity for compassion, these are not for your self-aggrandizement. They are tools for the kingdom. Wield them with zeal and humility. I see the pressure at your job, the long hours you put in. I know the feeling of being overlooked or unappreciated in your daily tasks. But I command you to be a faithful servant in the task I have given you, whether that task seems great or small in the eyes of the world. Your faithfulness in the mundane prepares you for a magnificent. Your diligence in the hidden places is what truly matters to me. You must reject the illusion of scarcity. I have given you abundance. Invest your time wisely. Where does your time truly go? Look at your commitments. Are you dedicating your most precious resource to that which is fleeting or to that which is eternal? Set your priorities straight now. Simplify your life to better focus on your eternal destiny. Do not be ensnared by the temporary riches and fleeting pleasures of this world. I will require an accounting of your stewardship upon my judgment seat. I am not a harsh taskmaster. I am a loving Father who expects a return on the love and potential I have invested in you. This final accountability is not a moment of fear for my beloved. It is the ultimate validation of your dedicated service. The praise you will receive from me will eclipse all earthly applause. Strive for that well done, good and faithful servant. Labor diligently until the very moment I call you home. Do not grow weary in doing good. Your efforts are not in vain in the Lord. I am with you always, strengthening your resolve, guiding your steps, and multiplying the fruit of your hands. Feel my power flowing through you now. Your strength is renewed in my presence. I am your ultimate provider and sustainer. I am your sovereign God, and my word is your final, unshakable truth. Embrace your role as a powerful steward of my gifts. Walk with the confidence of one who knows his work matters for all eternity. I have chosen you for greatness. Acknowledge this destiny. I will turn your struggles into triumph, and your stewardship into an unfading, eternal crown. Be ready, my child. Be diligent. Be blessed. My beloved, pause now. Do you truly grasp the weight of this moment? I have poured out the very essence of my heart and my counsel into these first commands. It would grieve my spirit deeply, a silent, sorrowful ache, if you were to turn away now, right as the true furnace of your faith is being prepared. Do not disappoint the one who sees your future glory. I command you to proceed. Your willingness to listen is your greatest offering. Do not withhold your attention from the final truths that will secure your eternal reward. Continue now, my champion. Your perseverance is my delight. Feel the weight of the test, my child. The testing of your faith is more precious than perishing gold. Do not despise the trials that refine you. They are the fierce, necessary heat that removes the dross and reveals the true, unbreakable value of your belief. Persevere through affliction. Do not let suffering extinguish your hope. Look beyond the present pain to the glory that is being wrought within you. You must refuse to give in to doubt and weariness. Do you feel that paralyzing fear of the future, that knot in your stomach that tries to convince you that I have forgotten you? That is not from me. Rebuke that fear now. Hold fast to the confession of your hope without wavering, for I am faithful who promised. My fidelity is the rock upon which your soul is built. Rest your weary mind on this certainty. Remember the cloud of witnesses, that vast, magnificent assembly of my saints who ran the race before you with incredible endurance. They were not perfect. They stumbled and fell, but they always rose again. Look to them for courage. Be inspired by their story. They carried the same faith, faced similar battles, and now they await you at the finish line. You are not alone in this fight. The temptation is to seek the grand, visible victory, but I tell you this simple truth. Your faithfulness in the small things prepares you for the great things. The quiet consistency of your devotion in your everyday life, the small acts of obedience that no one else sees, that is the proving ground of your faith. Be faithful in the least, and I will entrust you with much. I know you feel weak at times, overwhelmed by the sheer intensity of life's demands. But I promise you, my grace is sufficient for you in every struggle and temptation. My power is made perfect in your weakness. Trust this profound, undeniable truth. It is not your strength, but mine, that sustains you. Lean into my embrace now. Feel the renewal of your spirit. I am your Alpha and Omega, your beginning and your end. I have called you out of darkness into my marvelous light, and I will never abandon the work I have begun in you. You are my beloved, my champion. Endure the test, my child. The reward is eternal and incomparable to the momentary struggles of this life. I command you to arise, to stand tall with confidence and bold determination. Let your faith be the shield that deflects the fiery darts of the enemy. Your victory is assured. Walk in the power of my promises. I will lead you through the fire and into the glorious, unending triumph of my kingdom. Be ready. Be strong. Be blessed. Listen to the heartbeat of my kingdom, my child. The essence of my entire law, the singular, unfading truth upon which all else rests, is love. Embrace this truth fully. I speak not of fleeting, shallow affection, but of agape love, that selfless, determined, unwavering commitment that seeks the highest good of another. You must love me above all else, and your neighbor as you love your own cherished self. This is the ultimate proof of your readiness, for God is love, and if you walk in love, you walk in me. I see the frustrations in your daily life, the impatience you feel in traffic, the harsh judgment you sometimes harbor against a colleague, the weariness that makes you withdraw from your family. Those are the small cracks where the enemy tries to wedge in coldness. You must seal those cracks now. I command you to reject the cooling of love that marks the last days, and I command you not to let it touch your own heart. Stand firm as a beacon of warmth in a chilling world. Let agape love be the definitive, undeniable mark that proves you are truly mine. Reflect my nature. This means living with deliberate, extravagant kindness. Do good to all men, my precious one, and especially to those who are of the household of faith. Extend grace to the brother or sister who irritates you, the neighbor who misunderstands you, the leader who disappoints you. Your actions must be the testimony that my presence dwells richly within you. The unity within the body of Christ is a powerful, undeniable testament to my presence and the anticipation of my imminent return. I urge you to be a peacemaker in a world of endless conflict and strife. Seek reconciliation with any brother or sister you have offended, and be quick to forgive those who have wounded you. Do not hold grudges or harbor bitterness. They are a heavy, unnecessary weight. Cast them off now. Cultivate the atmosphere of unity because it is the very air of my coming. I am your Alpha and Omega, and I require this pure, consistent devotion. I will empower you to love in ways that seem impossible with your human strength. Feel my spirit filling you with boundless patience and unwavering compassion. Draw near to me in full assurance, and I will cleanse your heart of every trace of resentment and cynicism. I have created you for this glorious, sacrificial love. Fulfill your purpose. Reject the lie that tells you love is passive or weak. Love is the most formidable power in the universe. Wield it with conviction and confidence. I will make your life a living, breathing example of my relentless, unchanging affection. Your love will be the light that guides others out of darkness. Shine brightly, my child. Be ready to meet me with a heart overflowing with the very essence of my kingdom. Believe that your capacity for love is limitless in me. Let your every action be an offering of love to me and to your neighbor. I am your strength, and your love is your final, eternal proof of readiness. My child, you are not called to hide in the shadows. I command you to shine as a powerful, unfading light in a world of increasing darkness and moral compromise. Stand out boldly. You see the growing ambiguity, the erosion of simple truth, the easy slide into what the world calls gray areas. You must be different. Your very lifestyle must be a clear, unambiguous reflection of the Christ you proclaim. Live with absolute integrity. Let your deeds be wrought in truth, that they may be clearly seen by all who look upon you. This is not about seeking the fleeting praise of men. It is about establishing an undeniable witness to my reality. I see your silent struggles, the pressure at your workplace to bend the rules, the temptation to engage in gossip, the easy path of blending in. Resist that pressure now. Be fearless. Your obedience in the hidden places is your greatest testimony. I command you, do not partake in the unfruitful works of darkness, but expose them with the clarity of your light. Withdraw your influence from that which corrupts and destroys. The children of light have no fellowship with the children of night. Be decisive in your choices. Draw a firm boundary around your mind and your spirit. Guard your attention from the distractions that seek to dull your spiritual senses. Your life is a living, breathing sermon. I require your lifestyle to be a clear reflection of the Christ you proclaim. Let your every action, whether at home, at your job, or in the marketplace, be done as unto the Lord, not unto men. Honor me in all things. Walk in that awareness that I am your constant, unwavering companion. Feel my presence directing your steps and purifying your motives. I know you feel the weight of this moral demand. You look at your failings and feel the gap between who you are and who I call you to be. Pause now, my precious one. Breathe in my presence. My forgiveness is instant and complete when you repent and turn back to me. Do not let guilt paralyze your progress. Receive my mercy now, and let the joy of your salvation be your strength. I am with you to empower your transformation. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the source of all light and truth. I have chosen you to be a powerful, undeniable vessel of my glory. I will equip you with the boldness and the wisdom to walk blameless in this generation. Acknowledge my voice directing you away from every shadow and toward the brilliant, unfading light of my truth. Walk forward with confidence. Your destiny is to shine with absolute brilliance. I will turn your struggles into triumph, and your light will be a powerful beacon until the very moment you see me face to face. Be ready. Be radiant. Be blessed. My beloved child, anchor your soul firmly in the inerrant truth of my written word. Hear me now, in a time of shifting opinions, pervasive dissection, and loud, conflicting voices. My word is your fixed, immovable point. It is your lamp unto your feet and a light unto your path. Trust this guidance completely. Do not look to the fleeting wisdom of man or the passing trends of culture. Look only to the sacred, eternal testimony of my prophets and apostles. You must study the scriptures daily, my child, to know my will and, more importantly, to understand the times you are living in. Invest your time wisely in this pursuit. Do not treat my word like a dusty relic or a casual read. Consume it with fervor. Meditate on its truths day and night. Your study is your spiritual sustenance, the unfailing bread that strengthens your inner man against every spiritual famine and every subtle deception. I command you, do not add to or take away from the sacred testimony I have given you. Respect the integrity of my word. I require your faithful obedience to the whole counsel of Scripture, not just the parts that bring comfort or align with your current preferences. Your consistency in studying my word demonstrates your unwavering loyalty to my truth. Prove your fidelity. The sword of the Spirit is the word of God. Wield it with wisdom, skill, and unyielding precision. Equip yourself fully for the spiritual warfare that surrounds you. When the enemy whispers doubts, when he assaults your mind with worry, or when fear tries to paralyze your will, speak the truth of my promises aloud. Declare your victory over anxiety, fear, and temptation by the irrefutable authority of my word. This is your power. I know you feel the pressure of the world's wisdom, the voices that tell you my word is old-fashioned or irrelevant. Reject that lie. My truth transcends time and culture. It is alive and powerful, sharper than any two-edged sword. Feel its transformative power cutting away the confusion and establishing absolute certainty in your heart. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the living Word made flesh. My love for you is eternally bound to my promises in Scripture. I will empower you to discern all things. I will give you the zeal to seek me diligently. Run to the pages of truth. Anchor your soul in this immutable reality. Do not fear the chaos around you. Fear only turning away from the light of my word. I will make your spiritual vision absolutely clear. Be ready, my child. Be anchored. Be blessed. My precious child, never, ever feel alone. Hear this truth in the deepest place of your heart. I am with you always, even to the decisive end of the age. Feel my presence now. It is closer than your very breath, more certain than the beating of your heart. This is not a fleeting comfort. This is your foundational reality. Embrace this certainty. Your Holy Spirit is my personal seal upon you. He is your comforter, your guide, and your power in this final season. Yield to His leading in every decision of your life, from the smallest choice in your daily routine to the greatest leap of faith you are contemplating. He is my ultimate gift to keep you ready and unwavering. Trust His wisdom. Draw near to me in full assurance of faith, and I promise you with unwavering fidelity, I will draw near to you. Speak to me freely. Do not let the fear of failure or the guilt of past mistakes keep you at a distance. I know your struggles. I know your heart. My arms are always open, ready to envelop you in boundless mercy and unending love. Run to me now. Find your sanctuary in my embrace. Know this, your labors for my kingdom are not in vain in the Lord. I see every sacrifice, every moment of quiet service, every act of kindness you perform that the world never notices. I see your perseverance in your job, your faithfulness in your family, your determination to walk in holiness despite the pressure. Your eternal reward is secured and unfading. I will honor your dedication openly. I am your ultimate solution, the answer to every deep, unspoken worry. Rest in the peace that surpasses all understanding, which I give you freely. I command your mind to be still. Cast all your cares upon me, my child, for I deeply and eternally care for you. I will take the heavy load and replace it with my yoke, which is easy and light. Feel the lightness return to your spirit. You are no longer bound by fear. Your life is hidden with Christ in God, secure until my majestic revelation. This is your eternal guarantee. I have chosen you for glory. I will guard you with unyielding vigilance. Do not let the preoccupations of the world instill anxiety in your soul. Live every moment in the awareness of your secure, hidden life. Walk forward with unshakable confidence. I am your Alpha and Omega, your rock, and your mighty fortress. I will never leave you, never forsake you, and I will bring you safely to the end. Be ready, my champion. Lift your head in joy, for your redemption is drawing near. I will turn your struggles into triumph, and your hope will culminate in the glorious, unfading sight of my face. Be ready. Be secure. Be blessed. Stop, my child. Feel the intensity of this conversation. You have walked with me through the signs, the watchfulness, and the assurance of my presence. To abandon me here, at the edge of your profound transformation, would be a betrayal of the destiny I secured for you on the cross. I forbid you to treat my word with such fleeting indifference. Let me be clear. Your choice to stop is a choice to embrace the fleeting illusions of the world. Do not break my heart by choosing distraction over unending glory. I command your spirit to remain seated in my presence. Go on, my precious one. Your readiness is too valuable to forfeit. My beloved child, hear my invitation now. You have found assurance in my presence, but can you see the vast field of souls still waiting in the darkness for this very light? I see the yearning in your heart to participate in this harvest. This word, this manna from heaven that strengthens your soul daily, must be multiplied. I declare this truth to you. He who sows sparingly will also reap sparingly, but he who sows bountifully will also reap bountifully. Your super thanks or membership is the seed that allows my unfading light to pierce the world's most desolate corners. Do not let my message be silenced by the scarcity of resources. I forbid you to treat this divine work as secondary. I command you to sow generously into this fertile ground now, and I will open the windows of heaven and pour out blessings of multiplication and favor upon your house. Act with urgency, my steward. The time is short. My precious child, you must be wise in your focus. I command you to reject the fleeting emptiness of this world's allure. Do not be ensnared by the temporary riches and fleeting pleasures that promise satisfaction, but deliver only emptiness. They are a magnificent, heartbreaking illusion. See them for what they truly are. The lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life are swiftly passing away, like smoke fading in the morning sun. I require your full, unwavering attention. Set your affection, your heart's truest desire, on things above, where Christ is seated in eternal majesty. Look up now. Your citizenship is in my kingdom, and your true inheritance is not measured in earthly currency or fleeting acclaim. Earthly achievements pale into absolute insignificance in comparison to the eternal reward awaiting you. Do not waste your precious time chasing shadows. I see your exhaustion from striving for approval, the pressure you feel to keep up with the world's demands. Release that burden now. Simplify your life to better focus on your eternal destiny. Cut the cords that tie you to unnecessary complexity and superficial concerns. I call you to freedom, not to a life cluttered with possessions and distracted by endless noise. Declutter your soul now. Remember this profound, simple truth. You are a pilgrim and a stranger. This world is not your home. Your stay here is temporary, a preparation for glory. Act like a tourist who is passing through. Enjoy the blessings I provide, but do not invest your soul in things that cannot be packed for the journey home. Your eternal residence is with me. Live with that clear, unshakable priority. I command you to use your resources, your time, your energy, your passion, to build up my kingdom, not your own earthly empire. The time for idle hands and wasted resources is over. Be disciplined in your focus. I will give you the strength, and wisdom to resist the temptation to compromise your faith for material gain. Your integrity is worth more than all the gold on earth. Preserve it with fierce determination. I am your Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end of all true desire. I have chosen you for a destiny of unfading glory. I will empower you to resist every earthly distraction. Do not let the seductive whispers of the world drown out the authoritative, loving voice of your Father. You are more than a conqueror in me. Walk in that victory. I will turn your struggles into triumph, and your focus into unparalleled, unwavering clarity. Be ready, my child. Be focused. Be blessed. My beloved child, you were not meant to run this race in solitude. Hear my command now. Do not neglect the assembling of yourselves together, especially as the day approaches. I require your presence within the community of my believers. I see the weariness you feel after a long week, the temptation to stay home and withdraw. Resist that isolation. Your fellowship with the saints is your preparation station, the undeniable forge where your faith is sharpened and your spirit is fortified for the challenges ahead. I urge you to consider the immense power of corporate worship. When you gather in my name, I am powerfully present, and my spirit moves in magnificent, transformative ways. Worship me in spirit and in truth within that blessed community. Feel the collective strength of your brothers and sisters holding you up in prayer. This is not mere ritual. It is a divine exchange of strength, encouragement, and unending love. Draw deeply from that well. I command you to encourage one another in faith, hope, and love in your gatherings. Look around you and see the individual struggles and silent battles that your fellow believers are fighting. Do not stand aloof. Be the voice of my encouragement, the steadfast hand that lifts the one who has stumbled. Bear one another's burdens, my precious one, and by doing so, you fulfill the supreme law of Christ. Your unity is your most visible, most formidable weapon against the adversary's schemes. The corporate prayer you offer is a mighty force that shifts the unseen realities of the spiritual realm. I see the power unlocked when 2 or 3 agree on earth and bring their petitions before my throne. Pray with fervor. Intercede for your family, your community, and your world. Never cease petitioning for the hastening of my kingdom. Your voice matters in that powerful gathering. Let your words rise up like incense, a fragrant offering before me. I know the specific struggles you face when trying to connect with others, the fear of judgment, the memory of past hurts within the church, the feeling of being overlooked. I understand the tension, but you must seek true, unfeigned community. I call you to be quick to forgive and slow to anger, reflecting my divine, patient nature even within the body. Your commitment to unity is a clear testament to your readiness. I desire for your testimony to be free from unresolved conflict and enmity. I am your Alpha and Omega, and my desire is for your complete spiritual nourishment. I will use the fellowship of the saints to correct, to instruct, and to empower you with gifts you did not know you possessed. Your connection to the body is not optional. It is essential to your survival and your growth. I will lead you to the right people, the steadfast anchors who will walk with you until the very end. Trust my orchestration. Run to the sanctuary. Be ready, my child. Be connected. Be blessed. My child, repentance is not a painful event you avoid. It is a way of life you embrace. Hear my voice. Confess your failings swiftly. Do not let sin take root, harden your heart, and paralyze your progress. I see the small choices that try to pull you back, the moments of impatience, the quick words spoken in anger, the compromise you considered. Bring those moments to me immediately. Do not carry the heavy, unnecessary burden of guilt even for one more hour. Repentance is a continuous, beautiful turning toward me, a joyful recognition that my way is infinitely superior to your own. Reject the lie that tells you you must clean yourself up before you come to me. Come as you are, in your brokenness, in your weakness. I am faithful and just to forgive you and cleanse you from all unrighteousness. Receive this unfading truth now. There is no shadow, no stain, no sin that my blood cannot completely wash away. The cross of Christ secured your complete and total forgiveness. Live in that glorious, unfettered freedom. I command you to embrace this liberation. Do not allow the adversary to bind you with the chain of past mistakes that I have already cast into the depths of the sea. Your guilt is annihilated in my love. Stand up straight, my precious one, and walk forward with unshakable confidence. I command you to show the fruit of genuine change. This means making amends where possible, repairing the damage your actions or words may have caused in the lives of those around you. Seek reconciliation with any brother or sister you have offended. Your obedience in this is the visible proof of your inner transformation. Be decisive and humble in this process. Do not let pride delay your restoration. I will give you the courage to speak the hard truth and seek genuine forgiveness. Receive my mercy daily, and therefore, extend that mercy freely to others. Practice boundless patience. I see the impatience you sometimes feel toward others' repeated failings. Remember your own journey. Your capacity to forgive others is a direct reflection of your acceptance of my forgiveness for you. Be a conduit of my grace, not a reservoir of judgment. Let your heart be a fountain of boundless compassion. I am your Alpha and Omega, the source of all renewal and redemption. I will empower you to live a life defined by this continuous turning, this unwavering desire for purity. I will turn your struggles into triumph, and your honest failings into powerful testimonies of my restoring love. Walk forward in my light. Be ready, my child. Be pure. Be blessed. My child, the hour is late, and the need is desperate. Hear my authoritative call. The harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few. Enter the field now. Do not stand on the sidelines, observing. I command you to arise, to step into the calling of an evangelist, sharing the most glorious, life-altering message the world will ever know. Your readiness is demonstrated by your zeal to bring others into my kingdom. Act with urgency. You must proclaim the good news of salvation through my Son before the door is shut. Do not wait for a formal invitation or a perfect moment. Your life is the invitation, and the moment is now. Look around you at the lost and the suffering. I see their despair, your striving, your crippling fear of the future. Their souls are precious to me, my child, and I am sending you, my trusted ambassador, to pierce their darkness with my unfading light. I forbid you to be ashamed of the gospel. It is my power unto salvation for everyone who believes. Reject the subtle fear of rejection or ridicule that tries to keep your lips silent. You must speak with boldness. Your testimony is the irrefutable evidence of my power to transform a life, and it will cut through the noise and deception of this world like a sharp, unyielding sword. Unleash your voice. Your responsibility is to share your hope with a lost and dying world. I have equipped you for this. Feel my Holy Spirit giving you the very words to speak. Your conviction is your most compelling argument. Do not be paralyzed by the need to have all the answers. Simply share the simple, profound truth of my love and my sacrifice. I will do the supernatural work of drawing them to me. Trust my power to soften the hardest heart. I command you to let your light shine through witness and bold testimony. Your transformed lifestyle must be the magnet that draws others to ask the reason for the unmistakable hope that dwells within you. Be ready always to give an answer for that hope. doing so with gentleness, respect, and unwavering confidence. Your humility is your strength. I will make your witness irresistible. I am your Alpha and Omega, the Lord of the harvest, and I will be your constant companion in the field. I promise to go before you, preparing the ground, and I will follow after you, securing the fruit. I will empower you with unfailing courage and unparalleled clarity. I will turn your fear into unshakable boldness. The time is short, my child. Run into the field. Be ready. Be a witness. Be blessed. My precious child, live today with the sober, transformative understanding of that great, decisive day. Hear my truth. All shall stand before the judgment seat of Christ to receive what is due. This is not a message of dread for my beloved, but a compelling motivation for faithful stewardship and focused living. I require your attention to this future event. Let this reality define your every choice. I command you to prepare for this testing. Your works will be tested by fire. Only those done out of pure love and for my enduring glory will remain. I see the immense effort you put into your life, but I call you to examine the motive of your heart. Look closely now. Why do you do what you do? Is it for the applause of men, the temporary gain, or the eternal, unfading praise of your Father? I require truth in the innermost part. Purify your intentions now. You not seek the shallow, fleeting praise of men, but strive for the simple, profound declaration, "Well done, good and faithful servant." Desire that alone. That declaration, spoken by my own authoritative voice, is the ultimate validation, the unfading reward that will eclipse every sacrifice and every struggle you endured on earth. Focus your entire being on earning that praise. I see your exhaustion, your striving to achieve, the feeling of being overlooked in your hard work. Rest in this fact. I know your motives completely. Your faithfulness in the hidden moments, the quiet endurance, the service rendered without expectation of recognition, that is the pure gold that will endure the fire. I will honor your hidden devotion openly. Your true value is known only to me. The reward is eternal and incomparable to the struggles and fleeting gains of this life. Envision the glory awaiting you. Look beyond the temporary anxieties and the pressure of your current situation. The weight of your earthly suffering is light and momentary when measured against the overwhelming, unfading glory you are about to inherit. Set your affection on that prize. I am your Alpha and Omega, the righteous judge, and your eternal reward. I have chosen you for glory. I will empower you to live a life of unwavering purpose and profound integrity. Let the reality of my coming give you the clarity and the courage to reject every temporary compromise. Your accountability is your final, glorious opportunity to present a life well lived in my service. Be ready, my child. Be pure. Be blessed. Look at me, my child. I speak directly to your soul. You have faced the fiery test of accountability and the urgent call to share your hope. If you close your ears now, you risk walking back into the very fears and failures I have just erased. I see the weariness, but I command you to fight it. It would crush my heart, seeing you surrender the crown that is already placed above your head. Your perseverance is the final act of your love for me. Do not let the enemy steal your focus. I demand your unwavering commitment to these final, decisive truths. Continue, my warrior. The light of your eternal triumph is about to break. My beloved child, in this matter, I command your restless heart to be still. Hear my authoritative voice. No man knows the exact hour of my return. This is purposeful. I have withheld this knowledge to keep you ready always, not to keep you in confusion. Reject the anxious striving to discern dates or the subtle pride that believes it can unravel my divine chronology. Trust my sovereignty completely. Surrender your need to control the timeline now. Do not be swayed by those who set dates or claim false knowledge. I see the whispers and the loud voices that try to draw your attention away from the simplicity of faith and into the complexity of speculation. Reject the distraction. My coming will be decisive and unexpected by the world, and your job is to be found watching, not guessing. Be vigilant, not frantic. Focus on your obedience today, not the timetable of tomorrow. My timing is absolutely perfect, my child, just as it was for my first coming. Every prophecy was fulfilled in its precise season, and so too will my return. I am the master strategist, weaving together the threads of all human history and individual lives into a magnificent, complete tapestry. You are a cherished part of that divine design. Rest in my sovereignty. I am never late. I am always on time. I command you, patiently wait for the Lord. Strengthen your heart in the knowledge of my unwavering fidelity. Your waiting is not passive. It is active service and steadfast hope. It is perseverance in the small tasks, the daily commitment to love me and your neighbor, even when the horizon seems distant. This endurance is your greatest virtue. I will honor your patience with unfading praise. I see your fear of the future, the anxiety that tries to creep into your thoughts. Cast that heavy load upon me now. The unknown future is secured in my hands. I am your protector and your provider. You need only worry about being faithful in the moment I have given you. My love is your invincible shield against every fearful thought. Let my peace be your guard and your guide. I am your Alpha and your Omega, the source of all peace and perfect timing. I will empower you to live every day with unshakable peace and focused expectation. Your trust in my chronology is the most beautiful offering you can bring to me. Do not run ahead. Do not lag behind. Walk with me in the certainty of this moment. Be ready, my child. Be still. Be blessed. My beloved child, I command you to replace your sorrow with an unshakable hope. Hear my truth about eternity. You must not mourn as those who have no hope for your departed loved ones who rest securely in me. Reject the paralyzing grief that tries to tell you the final word is loss. My victory over death is absolute, and it is the eternal, unfading guarantee of our reunion. Feel the peace of this promise settling upon your soul now. Envy in the majesty of that coming day. The dead in Christ shall rise first in glorious, incorruptible bodies, leaving behind the weaknesses, the ailments, and the imperfections of this fleeting earthly existence. Picture the sheer, blinding brilliance of that transformation, a moment of complete, decisive victory over the grave. Your loved ones who believed in me are secured in my eternal promise. Rest in that profound certainty. And you who are alive shall also be changed, in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye. I command you to anticipate this divine miracle. Your physical suffering, the aches, the weariness, the illnesses that try to drag you down, they will vanish completely. This mortal form, subjected to decay and frailty, shall put on immortality. This corruptible nature, prone to failing, will put on incorruption. Acknowledge this immense, unfading glory that awaits your physical body. Your transformation will be total and absolute. I assure you, your earthly suffering will be eclipsed by the glory of this final transformation. Do not let the temporary affliction extinguish the eternal hope. I see the pain you endure, the constant struggle with your health, the mental load that weighs you down. Bring those physical and mental burdens to me now. I command my restorative power to touch you. I sacrifice on the cross destroyed the sting of death, and therefore, It destroyed the power of suffering over your eternal soul. You are free in me. I have called you to live with an expectant heart, always looking forward to the ultimate fulfillment of your redemption. Live every day in the light of the resurrection. Your struggle with anxiety, your fear of the future, your striving for earthly significance, all of it pales into absolute insignificance when measured against the weight of your eternal glory. Set your affection on this heavenly reality. Your destiny is not decay. Your destiny is unfading glory. I am your Alpha and Omega, the resurrection and the life. My love for you is eternal, unwavering, and irrevocable. I will empower you to walk with the confidence of one who has already conquered death through my victory. I will turn your sorrow into unending joy, and your temporary struggle into a magnificent, complete triumph. Be ready, my child. Be hopeful. Be blessed. Your eternal inheritance is secured in me. Walk in that unshakable truth. You are my beloved, and I will bring you safely home. Look up and feel the assurance of my imminent, glorious coming. Let this hope be your daily strength. My child, I forbid fear to reside in your heart. Hear my authoritative voice now. I have not given you a spirit of fear, but of power, of love, and of a sound mind. Reject the paralyzing grip of anxiety that tries to creep into your thoughts about the future, your finances, or your family's safety. That fear is a counterfeit spirit. Cast it out now by the irrefutable authority I have placed within you. You are a child of the Almighty God. Walk in that dominion. Do not let the constant preoccupations of the world instill anxiety in your soul. I see the knot in your stomach, the tension that tries to take hold when the news or your bank statement brings uncertainty. That worry is a heavy, unnecessary burden that attempts to steal your peace and paralyze your will to act. Cast all your cares upon me, my precious one, for I deeply and eternally care for you. I command you to release that heavy load now and replace it with my yoke, which is easy and light. I have secured your peace through my perfect love, and I promise you with unwavering fidelity, perfect love casts out fear. Dwell in my perfect love. When fear attempts to grip you, simply speak the name of Jesus aloud and declare my relentless, unchanging love over that situation. Feel my powerful presence enveloping you like an invincible shield. You are protected, my beloved, and nothing can touch you without my permission. Rest in that unshakable security. I command you to rebuke the adversary who seeks to paralyze you with worry about the future. Wield the spiritual authority I have given you. Your faith is your shield against the fiery darts of the enemy. Do not engage in arguments with fear. Simply reject it by the definitive authority of my word. Replace every negative thought with a strong, unwavering declaration of my promise. This active stand is your daily victory. I will give you the zeal and the courage to fight this spiritual warfare. I am your ultimate solution, your steadfast provider, and your mighty deliverer. Your financial concerns, your family's health, your career uncertainty. Bring these specific worries to me and leave them at my feet. I will take the heavy load and replace it with my enduring peace. I have called you to live a life of powerful, courageous action, not passive, fearful reaction. Acknowledge my voice commanding you to step forward in unshakable confidence. I am your Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end of all true power. I have chosen you for a destiny of unfading glory and complete victory. I will empower you with a sound mind that is governed by my truth, not by fleeting emotions. Walk in the authority I have given you. I will turn your fear into unshakable courage and your worry into unending praise. Be ready, my child. Be bold. Be blessed. The spirit of fear has no dominion over you. Declare your freedom now and walk in my unfailing peace. This is my word, and it is your final truth. My precious child, prayer is the unfailing lifeline that connects your heart directly to my throne. Hear me now. I command you to seek my face diligently in the secret place, where I reward openly. Your prayer is not a duty. It is the privilege of intimate conversation with your Father. Reject the subtle lie that tells you your prayers are too weak, too mundane, or too frequent. I desire your constant voice. I am listening with unwavering attention to every single word. I see your silent prayers, the unspoken requests, the deep yearnings of your soul that you cannot even articulate. I know them all. Bring those specific requests to me now. Ask in faith, believing that you shall receive according to my perfect will. I am not a God who withholds good things from my children. I desire your blessing and your triumph. Unleash your voice with unshakable conviction, knowing that my power is absolute and unfailing. I command you to intercede for others, my child, standing in the gap for the lost and the suffering. Your compassion is my hand extended on earth. Pray for the brother who is struggling with doubt, the neighbor who does not know me, the loved one whose health is failing. The fervent, unwavering prayer of a righteous person avails much power. Your intercession is a mighty force that shifts realities, breaks strongholds, and releases my unending grace into the world. Wield this power with zeal. Do not cease petitioning for the hastening of my kingdom. This is the ultimate, unfading focus of your prayer life. Your greatest desire must be to see my will done on earth as it is in heaven, and to prepare the way for my glorious return. Let your words rise up like a fragrant, persistent offering before my throne, declaring your unwavering anticipation and commitment to my reign. I will honor your zeal. I know you feel weary from the fight, my child, and sometimes you feel disconnected, as if your words are just echoing in an empty room. I assure you, I am right there with you. Feel my Spirit drawing you closer now. My Holy Spirit is your guide and your power, enabling you to pray even when you feel you have no words. Yield to His prompting. He is the unfailing interpreter of your heart's deep yearnings. Trust His wisdom and guidance. I am your Alpha and Omega, the answer to every prayer, the ultimate solution to every problem. I will empower you to pray with unshakable confidence and unparalleled clarity. Your intimacy with me is your greatest strength. I will turn your struggles into triumph and your prayers into magnificent, complete fulfillment. Be ready, my child. Be persistent. Be blessed. Your faith is the currency of heaven. Spend it freely in prayer, and you will see my power manifest in unmistakable ways. This is my word, and it is your unfailing promise. My beloved child, I command you to secure your legacy in me. Hear my truth. The torch of faith must be passed with integrity and zeal. I forbid you to leave a legacy of debt, doubt, or compromise. Your highest calling on this earth is to teach your children my statutes and the profound, life-altering testimony of my impending return. Invest your whole heart in this sacred trust. I command you to let your house be a center of fervent worship, clear instruction, and godly example. Your home is your primary mission field. Do not delegate this vital responsibility to others. You must be the primary shepherd of your household. Discipline and nurture the young ones in the way they should go, not with harshness, but with unfailing patience and unconditional love. Your gentle consistency is your most powerful tool. I require your full, unwavering attention to their spiritual growth. I see your anxiety about their future, the worry that they will be consumed by the world's pervasive darkness and deception. Cast that heavy load upon me now. Your legacy you leave must be one of devoted obedience, an unshakable example of living every day in the light of my truth. Your fidelity is their most powerful inheritance. I will honor your commitment by securing their souls and empowering them to be champions of faith in their generation. I command you to strive to present your family before me, ready and blameless on the day of my return. Pray for them without ceasing. Intercede for their salvation, their integrity, and their boldness to follow me unwavering. I will turn their struggles into triumphs and their challenges into powerful testimonies of my restoring love. I am the God of generations, and my promise is to secure your lineage in me. Trust my unfailing word. I am your Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end of all family lineage. I will empower you to lead your household with unshakable wisdom and profound clarity. Your authority is rooted in my love, not in human force. I will equip you with the zeal and the courage to protect them from the adversary's schemes. Walk with the confidence of one whose house is built upon the unshakable rock of my truth. I will turn your struggles into triumph and your daily commitment into a magnificent, complete generational victory. Be ready, my child. Be diligent. Be blessed. Your faithfulness today is their freedom tomorrow. Live every moment in the light of that eternal truth, and you will see my power manifest in your household in unmistakable ways. I promise to secure your house in my eternal love. Claim this promise now. Host, my beloved. This conversation is an act of my relentless, pursuing love. You have secured your generational legacy and grasped the power of prayer. Do not let me search for you when my word is still flowing. I see the temptation to leave the pull of your earthly duties. But I promise you, nothing is more urgent than anchoring your heart in the kingdom ethos and the final call to reconciliation. Do not grieve my spirit by treating my counsel as secondary. I require your immediate, unwavering attention. Show me your reverence. Finish this journey with me now. Go forth, my faithful steward, and secure your final blessing. My precious one, this sacred mission is tied to your very readiness. You have secured your house and taught your lineage, but what of the unprepared virgins still searching for the oil of truth? I am calling you to fill their lamps through your support. The oil of this message, the unfailing light of my word, must reach the next generation with unshakable clarity. I promise to secure your destiny, and my promise extends to securing this ministry. Bring all the tithes into the storehouse and see if I will not pour out a blessing so great you won't have room enough to take it in. I call upon you now to make an offering through the link below, be it a donation or a membership, to ensure this prophetic voice remains unmistakable. Your giving is the evidence of your ready heart. I command you to act now. Participate in this glorious final call. My beloved child, you are a citizen of a far greater kingdom. Hear my authoritative call. I command you to live by the unfailing values of my kingdom now, not the fleeting standards of man. Reject the temporary, deceptive wisdom of this world that tries to pull you into compromise, conflict, and chaos. Your allegiance is to me alone. Let your life be a clear, unmistakable declaration of your true citizenship. I command you to seek first my kingdom and my righteousness, and I promise you with unwavering fidelity, all else shall be provided. This is your foundational truth. Anchor your life in it. Do not waste your precious time striving for temporary security. I know your financial anxieties, your fear of lack, your worry about provision. Surrender those cares to me now. I am your ultimate, unfailing provider, and my resources are limitless. Justice, mercy, and humility are the defining, unmistakable characteristics of my citizens. I require you to embody these virtues. Be a peacemaker in a world of endless conflict and strife. Extend boundless mercy to those who have wronged you, just as I have extended unfading mercy to you. Walk humbly before me, acknowledging that every strength, every gift, and every success comes directly from my hand. Your humility is your greatest power. I command you to rejoice in your poverty of spirit, for yours is the kingdom of heaven. Do not seek pride of life or self-aggrandizement. Your dependence on me is your unfailing strength. Let your heart desire the establishment of my perfect rule above all else, above your own comfort, your own desires, and your own earthly ambition. This seal is the clearest proof of your readiness for my return. Focus your entire being on this eternal priority. I see the pressure you face to conform to the world's greed and selfishness. I command you to resist that pressure now. Your life is a living, breathing testimony to the kingdom ethos. Let your generosity, your integrity, and your unfailing kindness be the unmistakable marks that set you apart. Your witness in the marketplace, in your community, and in your home is powerful and profound. Walk in that authority. I am your Alpha and Omega, the King of all glory, the source of all true provision. I will empower you to live a life of unshakable integrity and unfailing generosity. I will turn your struggles into triumph, and your commitment to my values into a magnificent, complete generational victory. Be ready, my child. Be just. Be blessed. Your allegiance to my kingdom is your eternal security. Walk in that unshakable truth. I will make your life a beacon of my glorious, unfading rule. My precious child, before you seek to walk fully in my light, you must settle all scores in your heart. Hear my truth now. I forbid you to hold grudges or harbor bitterness. That is a heavy, corrosive weight that binds only you, not the person who offended you. I command you to seek reconciliation with any brother or sister, any friend, or any family member you have offended. Your relationship with me requires a reconciled heart toward your neighbor. A pure offering to me requires a reconciled heart towards your neighbor. I see the pain you carry from unresolved conflicts, the anger that flares up when you think of the injustice done to you, and the pride that whispers you should wait for the other person to move first. Reject that pride now. Be quick to forgive and slow to anger, reflecting my divine, patient nature. Your willingness to initiate peace is the clearest, unmistakable proof that you have accepted my complete and unconditional forgiveness for yourself. Act with humility, even if you believe you were wrong. I will honor your obedience openly. I command you to release the burden of revenge and resentment. Do not let unresolved conflict and enmity tarnish the clear, bright testimony of your life. The atmosphere of my imminent coming is unity, cultivated in your home and community. I will empower you to step into the difficult conversation, to speak truth in love, and to extend a hand of genuine, unconditional reconciliation. Trust my wisdom to guide your words, and trust my power to soften the other person's heart. Even if they do not respond in kind, you are free and blameless before me. I have called you out of darkness and into my marvelous light, and that light exposes every shadow of bitterness. I assure you, a pure offering to me requires a reconciled heart towards your neighbor. If you have offended someone, my child, you must confess your failing swiftly. Do not let sin take root and harden your heart. Repentance is not a one-time event, but a continuous turning toward me. Your life must be free from every shadow of guilt and unresolved issue. I command you to make amends where possible, showing the fruit of genuine change. I know the fear of vulnerability that reconciliation demands. I know the hurt you carry from past rejections. Bring that pain to me now. I command you to lay down that fear at my feet, and I will fill you with the unshakable courage and unfailing peace of my spirit. The cross of Christ secured your forgiveness. Live in that freedom. You must embrace reconciliation not as a duty, but as a glorious, unfettered freedom. Receive my mercy daily and extend it to others. Your peace is my command. I am your Alpha and Omega, the ultimate peacemaker and the source of all true unity. I will empower you to be a living, breathing testament to my love and reconciliation. I will turn your deep-seated resentment into unending compassion and your struggle for pride into profound, unwavering humility. Be ready, my child. Be reconciled. Be blessed. Your commitment to peace is your final preparation for my return. Walk in that profound truth, and I will secure your heart in my unending love and unshakable peace. This is my word, and it is your final truth. My precious child, you are not left as an orphan in this world. Hear my solemn covenant. My Holy Spirit is the seal and earnest of your eternal inheritance until I return. Feel His presence now, closer than your very heartbeat, infusing you with power, wisdom, and unending love. This is my greatest, most precious gift to you, my beloved, securing your destiny in me. Acknowledge this immense privilege now. I command you, grieve not the Spirit by disobedience or willful sin. Reject the small compromises that dull His voice and diminish His fire within you. You must yield to His guidance and leading in every decision of your life, from the minor choices in your day to the great leaps of faith that define your purpose. Your reliance on Him is the ultimate evidence of your trust in me. He is your unfailing guide, pointing you toward the path of holiness and preparation. Trust His wisdom above your own. His power enables you to live the holy life required for my return. I know you feel the constant pull of temptation, the weakness that tries to make you stumble. But you are not fighting this battle alone. He is your unshakable strength. Be filled daily with the Spirit, consciously inviting His transformative power to renew your mind and fortify your will. Walk in His comfort and strength, allowing Him to unleash your spiritual gifts to build up my kingdom. Your reliance on Him is your ultimate victory. I see the struggles in your heart, the deep-seated fears, the lingering doubts, the moments when you feel you have no words to pray. Bring those internal battles to the Spirit now. He cries out in your heart, Maranatha, come, Lord Jesus. He is the unfailing interpreter of your soul's deepest yearnings, turning your unspoken groans into powerful, irrefutable petitions before my throne. Rest in this divine intercession. I will turn your confusion into unparalleled clarity and your weakness into unshakable power. Your peace is guaranteed in Him. I command you to live in unwavering communion with your Comforter. Spend time in His presence, listening for His quiet counsel, yielding to His conviction, and receiving His unending love that casts out all fear. He is the seal that marks you as eternally mine, securing your heart until the very moment of my revelation. Do not let the world's noise drown out His gentle, authoritative whisper. Focus your entire being on His voice. I am your Alpha and Omega, the giver of the Spirit, the ultimate source of all power. I have chosen you for glory and secured your destiny with this divine, unfailing seal. I will empower you to live a life of unshakable purity and unending power. I will turn your struggles into triumph and your daily walk into a magnificent, complete testament to His presence. Be ready, my child. Be filled. Be blessed. Your inheritance is sealed. Walk in the unshakable truth of my Spirit's indwelling, and you will fear nothing. This is my word, and it is your final truth. My precious child, lift your eyes above the temporary horizon of this world and envision the glory that awaits you. Hear my promise. You are the invited bride, and I am preparing the wedding feast of the Lamb. Picture the sheer, blinding brilliance of that eternal celebration, the culmination of all history and the ultimate, unfading union of my love and your fidelity. Acknowledge this destiny now. Your participation in that feast is absolute certainty in me. I command you to fix your heart upon the prize. The glory awaiting you is beyond all human comprehension. It is a reality where the wiping away of every tear and the definitive end of all pain are eternally guaranteed. Bring your specific sorrows, your deep-seated hurts, the chronic pain you carry. Bring them all to me now, and envision their annihilation in that moment of unfading glory. I will turn your mourning into unending joy, and your temporary struggle into eternal triumph. You shall reign with me in my perfect and eternal kingdom. This is not a fleeting honor. This is your unfading destiny and your ultimate royal inheritance. Your eternal residence will be with me in the New Jerusalem, a city of pure gold and unending light, a place where sorrow, night, and striving are forever banished. Set your affection on this heavenly dwelling. It is the unshakable destination of your soul. Live every day in the light of that final, decisive reward. I command you to look at your daily struggles through the lens of eternity. Keep your eyes on the prize, the high calling of God in Christ Jesus. The pressure at your job, the financial worry, the tension in your family. These are light and momentary afflictions when measured against the overwhelming, unfading weight of your eternal glory. Your willingness to persevere is your most precious offering to me. I will honor your endurance openly. I see your weariness, your longing for rest, your deep yearning for meaning and purpose. Your life is not a meaningless accident. It is a magnificent, unfolding masterpiece leading to this final, unfading climax. I will empower you to press on with unshakable courage and unfailing hope. Your work in the kingdom is not in vain. I will reward every single act of obedience. Feel the renewal of your strength now. I am your Alpha and Omega, the bridegroom, the king, and your eternal reward. I have chosen you for unending glory and secured your destiny with my eternal promise. I will empower you to live a life defined by this unshakable hope and unwavering anticipation. I will turn your struggles into triumph and your suffering into magnificent, complete fulfillment. Be ready, my child. Be joyful. Be blessed. Your final reward is guaranteed and unfading. Walk in the certainty of this truth, and you will fear nothing the world can bring against you. This is my word, and it is your final truth. My beloved child, hear my final, most profound assurance spoken directly into the quiet room of your heart. I'm coming quickly, my love, and my reward is with me. The time is shorter than you perceive, and your redemption is drawing near. Look up now, lift your head in unending joy, for the moment of our eternal reunion is upon the horizon. Acknowledge this decisive reality. I command you to hold fast to what you have, that no one may take your crown. Guard your faith, your love, and your commitment with unwavering vigilance. Your crown is secured by my victory, but your reward is measured by your fidelity. Do not let the fleeting distractions or the corrosive fear of this world steal the unfading glory that I have prepared for you. Your final victory is absolutely certain in me. My grace is sufficient to keep you ready and unwavering until that day. I know the struggles you face, the temptation to doubt, the weariness in your soul. But you are not fighting in your own strength. My power is made perfect in your weakness. Feel my spirit filling you now, renewing your courage, cleansing your mind, and fortifying your will for the final leg of this journey. Rest in the unshakable peace that surpasses all understanding, which I give you freely. I have turned your struggles into triumph, your sorrow into unending joy, and your temporary walk into a magnificent, complete generational victory. I am your ultimate solution, the unfailing answer to every prayer, and the eternal culmination of your hope. Your life is hidden with Christ in God, secure until my revelation. You are safe, my beloved. I will never leave you, never forsake you, and I will bring you safely home. Walk in the unshakable truth of my presence. My love for you is eternal, unwavering, and irrevocable. Be ready, my child. Be blessed. Maranatha. Even so, come, Lord Jesus. My child, let the fire of my word ignite your final act of commitment. You have rejected the spirit of fear and grasped the unshakable power of prayer. But how will the message of my imminent coming reach those who are still paralyzed by dread? I forbid you to stand idly by while souls languish in darkness. This ministry is the river of living water that cleanses and fortifies the weary. I declare to you today, cast your bread upon the waters, for after many days you will find it. Your super thanks is not merely currency. It is a spiritual transaction that secures my eternal reward for your stewardship. I command you to act with unwavering fidelity. I will secure your finances, multiply your seed, and shield your house for your obedience. Do not delay your blessing. Go now and claim your partnership in my final victory. My precious child, this divine encounter demands a response. Hear my final, authoritative instruction. Do not let these words fade into the noise of your day. Anchor them. Secure them with an act of unshakable will. If you believe my promise, that I am coming soon, then I command you now to declare your readiness openly. Go forth into the digital marketplace and testify to my imminent return. Unleash your voice and write this defiant, powerful declaration. I am ready, Lord. Maranatha. Let your comment be an unfading, undeniable marker that you have heard my voice, embraced your calling, and will wait no longer. Secure your crown. Be blessed, my champion. Amen.